Fam! Happy Memorial Day weekend. And as the Epicureans would say, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow you die. Can you imagine having been born an Epicurean back in that day? Boy, the people partied on a daily basis. But then again, that's why their culture pretty much faded. Anyway, hey, fam, you know what? Today's headline, the Niners injuries. I mean, actually, that's a roundabout way to look at this. But anyway, looking at the studs that have already established themselves as 49ers, who is it? Who are the guys that are going to just bust out and say, I'm going to take this team I'm going to drive them right in there by myself. Every player that thinks like that, usually your superstars all think like that. They believe they can do it by themselves. So, I got a feeling we're going to see something really special this year. And like somebody else pointed out, the 49ers love to operate in odd-numbered years for reasons nobody really can understand. But anyway, the Niners injuries have been pretty much the focal point of all the misery we've had. They take up more conversation about the team than is comfortable for both the organization and us, the Niner faithful. The upcoming season of 2021, however, may reap some benefits from some of the fallen warriors of 2020 who will most likely come in hell-bent on redemption. When you trolls get here, man, y'all better learn how to act. I'm telling you right now, don't bother me. And don't pick on any women either. You want some challenges, mess with the guys in there. They're more than happy to accommodate that ass. I just thought I'd get that out because I often forget to remind guys, don't pick on the girls, man. They're in here. We like women in here, and we're not going to have them picked on. Okay. Let's get back to it. In fact, they could be the main reason the Niners have an outstanding season. And tonight, taking your phone calls for your predictions of Niners vets who you believe are about to come in big in 2021. Meanwhile, back on the Julio Jones front, which I can't wait till Wednesday because that means Julio-isms will end, right? Jeremy Fowler, ESPN, asking around the league on Julio Jones, teams are watching 49ers closely. For what? Though uncertain how far they'd go after giving up ones for Trey Lance, Ravens would be willing to get involved at right price. High demand plus $15 million salary, a hurdle. See, these are all kind of, Captain Obvious here, right? Teams could ask Atlanta to cover some costs. And for reasons unknown, the Hawks seem to be interested in Jones. If there's one thing that brought me, because this is offering a lot of high anxiety, having to watch every time you open up your phone or whatever. There it is. Julio Jones to Niners. Julio Jones. Vegas has Julio Jones. Top the list is 49ers. You're going down the list and all these things. It's nerve-wracking because we know what the 49ers will look like with Julio Jones. Even if he only played 8 or 9 games, those would be the most incredible games of the season. But, I don't want to talk about it every day, man. Stop talking about it. And if we're going to do this, we had to wait till June 1st. Okay, it's coming up. So we can stop this. For reasons unknown, the Hawks seem to be interested in Jones. Diana Rossini reported earlier today the Seahawks have had discussions about a possible trade with Atlanta, per sources. In fact, Russell Wilson and Julio Jones have spoken to discuss the possibility of playing together, unquote. See, Hawks, here's the thing about the Hawks. What are they going to offer? You could give them Jamal Adams, I guess. I don't understand, because they take Jamal Adams in a heartbeat because they need defense. They're not worried about their offense. If true, though, we can conclude if Russell Wilson is getting involved, that gives you an idea of how serious the Seahawks are. It also highlights just how important it would be for Seattle to make a deal happen. See, because the Hawks, that window of Super Bowl possibility ends upon Russell Wilson's exit. That's all there is to it. There's no backup quarterback waiting in the wings. They don't have any draft. They're not doing like how other teams drafting in the first round to get a possible replacement. It's all about Russ. So, when Russell says bye, Hawks, you can say goodbye. and you can stop hanging out in my chat, bothering my people. Boy, I can't wait. But, hey, let's get back to the theme of the show today for some added perspective and reference. So for tonight's subject matter, let's drop back into some 49ers history, fam. In 1997, the Niners opened the season on the road against an up-and-coming Tampa Bay club. It was the newly hired Steve Mariucci's first game as the head coach of the Niners. It was a game Mariucci's team was favored to win. But by the time the game was over, the five-time Super Bowl champion Niners had not only lost the game, they had lost their two best players. And by the end of the first half, Steve Young and Jerry Rice both had suffered costly injuries. You know, if you were in the stands that day, you'd probably sit there. You went into fetal position right in the stands, right? Because you know it's over, man. And Rice, who hadn't missed a game since high school, suffered a knee injury that for most part cost him the entire season. I mean, you know, this has been going on for years with the 49ers. Young left the game early after suffering a mild concussion on just the fifth play of the game. He tried to return late in the third quarter, but the offense could get nothing going. And Young's teammates admitted he didn't seem quite right when he went back into the game. But, you know, here's the back end. That was during the time when concussion protocol didn't exist. A lot of players, that's why we have the conditions in some of these NFL players that have retired that we do. It was his third concussion in 11 games. Well, that's when men were men or something was wrong, right? He would miss the next game, also known as the Jim Druckenmiller game that nobody's going to forget that saw it. Fast forward, fam, to 23 years later, September 20th, 2020. Afternoon in New Jersey, the defending NFC champion Niners play the Jets. The Niners did win the game, but they lost some key players, including 2019 Rookie of the Year, Nick Bosa, and starting QB, Jimmy G. Bosa suffered a knee injury and was lost for the season. I know what you said, and I said, and we were right. That was our ass. That was it. That day was it. It was friggin' over. That's too much. Jimmy G didn't miss the season, but he struggled with a high ankle sprain the rest of the year. He ended up missing 10 games. If it seemed like the 1997 game was a disaster, it was nothing compared to the Niners 2020 season. That's all there is to it. That 97 team rebounded, led by a strong defense to make it within a game of the Super Bowl. Well, the dudes were heroic. It was Niner tradition at that time. It's the last man standing, even if it's Mariucci by himself. We are going to fight, fight, fight. That's the way it is with the red and gold. Bad. 2029ers weren't so lucky. That team continued to deal with injuries and in the end used 84 different players on the way to a 6 and miserable 10 record. This year, we're all saying what the odds are. What are the odds of having a disaster for a second year in a row? Knock on wood. Or as groups say, tap. Let me hear you tap if you feel me. Hey, many around the NFL community are already declaring as much as you can in May of the same thing. The Niners will win the Super Bowl or will be Super Bowl contenders in 2021. If you look at the team how it was stacked last year, it should have been the same way last year. But, of course, it will take improved health, better luck, and strong seasons from some key players who missed at least half of the games last season. Tonight, fam, let's go ahead and get, you know what? Because this is when you get some props later on. Let's go ahead and make some predictions of the players who are about to come or become huge, gladiator-like. Even from the halls of Valhalla, you'll hear Thor strike his hammer in acknowledgement if these guys can get it done. You say, starting with Mrs. Cheryl Bosa's baby boy, Nick. Now, this prediction is pretty much obvious, but the fact is the 2029er defense, they seriously missed Nick. During Nick's Defensive Rookie of the Year, he filled the stat books with 60 quarterback pressures, which was good enough to put him at fourth most in the NFL. We'll talk about a rookie who did that, right? And 9 sacks in that season. Nick was a one-man wrecking machine that consistently disrupted opposing offenses in the pass game, as well as the run game. DCs had to worry about Nick at all times. That's all there was to it. He may have been one man, but good God, he made the whole machine just come together to just smother It was Nick, the catalyst of that defense. And if Nick comes back strong, we will win. In 2020, the team's pass rush struggled to get to quarterbacks, but a healthy Bosa is just what the Niners need. Nick may not be 100%, as most people will suggest and believe. He is human. But then again, remember, even though he's human, he's a Bosa. This is what they do. Injuries, you can break things, you can tear things up. Give them a minute, they'll be right back. And even at 80%, Bosa's still ruthless. Put Nick down right now to have a strong season and be one of them dudes despite the injury. And of course, you knew I'd say it, the other Italian stallion, Jimmy G. Yes, I went there, fam. It's easy for a lot of us to agree that JG is a good quarterback, but a lot of people don't think so. When he plays, though, the 49ers do win. And while he has limitations, he knows the offense and should be better this season than he has been the last few, especially if the myth of quarterbacks under Shanahan finally, who get into year number 2, seem to take off like a rocket. We'll see with Jimmy. If JG is healthy, which he says he is, and if he is motivated, like when your boss hires your future replacement, he could be on pace to have his best season yet. Jimmy G's one of them quiet dudes. You've known these guys. There's some quiet dudes that are very frightening when their emotions do come out. I got a feeling that's what's going on here. Prediction, JG will come up big, and the 49ers will win a lot of games with him right there, leading the charge, fired up and getting nutty. So, put him down as another one of the men that we will send to the halls of Valhalla. Jalen Hurd. You know this. And I know Dion said, man, y'all, that small sample y'all seeing, you drawing all these conclusions, back it up, pump the brakes, stop it. I can't. I love you, man, but I've seen enough to know that what he does out there technique-wise against the Cowboys, that can be done against anybody. He is just that kind of player. For the past 2 offseasons, Niner fans have anticipated great things from Jalen Hurd. As a third-round pick in 2019, Hurd was believed to be the perfect weapon for Coach Shanahan. Hurd has the tools to get to be a huge threat in the red zone and has a knack for making plays with the ball in his hands. We've seen that. Remember them Cowboys? I love using the Cowboys for a bad example because that's what you can do with the Cowboys. Hurd took 2 Cowboys. First one got in front of him. The other one grabbed him from behind. Hurd just said, well, y'all better get some more help over here because I'm coming in. Touchdown, Niners. That's what you can say. Now, okay, you know what? That was strange. That was unreal. Now, I don't know how bad them Cowboys are, but that was 2 of them. Now, you could tell me they couldn't take one man down, and they had plenty of time to get him down, too. Hurd said, no, I'm not having this. So, you know what? Back injury in 2019 and an ACL tear have kept him from living up to the lofty standards of 49er fans or dreams who are still ringing after seeing Hurd score them 2 TDs in one 2019 season. The man has yet to play his first regular season game, though. See, this is the thing. So, we can sit here and huff and puff and carry on, but Dion's right to some degree on that. Jimmy Garoppolo just said last week on 95.7 The Game that Hurd is a physical freak. And Jimmy wants him back really badly, too. Fans aren't the only ones anxious to get Hurd back on the field, fam. This is a season Jalen finally makes an impact. Put him on the list to enter him into the halls of Valhalla. Travis Benjamin. Okay, now, a lot of conversation. I posted up the other day. I said, you know what? I look at Hurd, I look at the other guys, Crackraft, and Richie James. Richie James should be a prime candidate, too. I don't know about this guy Watkins. Some people think he won't even make the team. You look at Josh, Jennings. Jennings looks like the best thing in camp right now. But who's not being talked about much and could be the sleeper in this case? And for a number of reasons. Travis Benjamin, while Hurd can be expected to show up this season, if he doesn't or if he has to be eased back and slowly expect possibly Travis Benjamin to have that impact. Last season, Benjamin was not injured, but he did opt out of the season due to COVID-19 concerns, considering the 2020 Niners had to use receivers like Dante Pettis, River Crackraft and Kevin White and Trent Taylor. They could have used Travis Benjamin last year. Travis B has struggled with injuries so far in his career, but if he does stay healthy, that lightning quick speed, you get a chance, watch some film of him with the Chargers. He's that quickness, that speed that this team really lacks and needs. Now, I'm not undercutting or disrespecting Brandon Ayuk because I truly believe Brandon Ayuk is going to be the Preston Diggs of the 49ers in the years to come. But that's yet, he's got to get it done first. He's got to do it so we can look back on it and say he is that guy. So as he could be a great fit for Coach Shanahan's system as a slot guy. And so if he can bust downfield with that speed, now you got that defense hollering and screaming, help, 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 help. I want that so bad. K'Waun Williams, another guy, with all due respect to Spoon's self-proclamation of being the best corner in the NFL. Did you see that? I don't know what's going on with Spoon. He's declared himself the best in the NFL when he's healthy. Okay. And, I ain't mad at him. He needs to feel that way about himself. Confidence is everything. It was outrageous, but he should be thinking that way. We could trust K'Waun Williams being the key to the Niners secondary, though, no doubt about it. Williams is one of the top nickel corners in the league, whether defending the pass, the run, or rushing the quarterback. Williams wears the nickname, the Shark, for a reason. In 2020, K-Dub missed 8 games. In fact, he wasn't expected to re-sign with San Francisco this offseason, but word is his teammates worked hard and overtime to persuade him to return to the band for one more tour. His decision will pay off, and K'Waun will come back strong for the 49ers this season. Put K-Dub down as being another prime piece for 2021 season. And enter him into the halls of Valhalla. We got some these guys, they come through big, and I got a feeling, if not all of them, at least 2 or 3 of them are going to get it done. So, Bam. Hey, that's just 5 guys. There's more guys on there on that team that probably can't be entered into the halls of Valhalla. Who could they be? Who did I leave out? That's what I want to know from you tonight. That's nothing but fun stuff. So, Hey, tell you what. Hey, is that right? I got Jamie on the phone first. Jamie, get on in here, man. Happy Memorial Day.
Hey, Ronbo.
Jamie, man, I'm looking at the guys that some of the vets that the onus is on them anyway. All the youngsters and rookies, with the exception of Nick, who's the complete freak. The rest of these guys, they've been around enough now to get it done. What are you thinking? Who's the guys? Who did I leave out?
Well, I just watched a replay of one of Sermon's runs from last year, the running back.
Yeah.
This dude's going down the field. He stiff arms one guy, right?
Yeah.
He gets through, and there's a DB on the right and there's a DB on the left, and he's running in the middle, and he jukes at the one on the right like he's going to stiff arm him and smash into him, and dude just completely veers off to the other side. He runs away from him. So then he goes back left and stiff arms the one on the left, and then gets knocked down over there. It was hilarious. That's the type of running back you need. Yeah. I can't wait for that.
And you know what? Jamie, get ready for that, because the fact is, since Coleman's gone, this could be – I'm looking for him to be a little better than Coleman, because I got a little tired of Coleman last year. I didn't want to say anything because people loved him, but
Yeah. God. Three yards in a pile of dust.
Yeah. Or doing a Carlos Hyde. There's 5 dudes there. There was other avenues you could have took. Why'd you do that? Okay.
Yeah.
He's gone. Okay.
Remember last year after the draft, I was pretty hyped to see Jennings.
Yeah.
I was thinking that I was going to see him against Seattle with like 4 guys draped off his legs,
Yeah.
I think we're going to end up getting that this year, because it looks like he worked it out.
He's looking good so far. I can't wait for tomorrow's report. Yeah. He's looking good so far.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So we're going to get our Jennings, hopefully. He's going to be hopefully at least a 4. And we need speed, so Benjamin's got to at least take a shot, dude. Come on. Come on.
I just want one guy to show me some 4.3. Low 4.4.
Yeah.
4.38. It's okay.
Some nasty.
Yeah.
We need some nasty speed out there.
And Jamie, you and I discussed
Who
it
else do we
all
got?
off season long on Twitter. We just
Yeah.
knew we were going to get a speed demon, right? One guy at least.
Yeah.
We didn't get one guy.
Yeah, something. We didn't get nothing. We got Jennings coming back, going to beat him up some more. So now every single person we got on offense is just a beast and going to slap them down.
Which I kind of like that. You know, bullying people, especially teams like the Hawks, who you really hate. It's going to be funny to make them look like little girls out there. And also the Rams, you know. This is going to be fun to be able to say to these, you know, how our resident trolls like to come in and talk smack. We can talk about, man, we made little wimpy. I mean, we I kind of want to use that word. We made little children out of your team, bruh.
Yeah.
I look so
Serving out
forward to
there,
that.
giving Ramsey the stiff arm.
Oh, God, that'll be so good.
I told you I was worried about Seattle going and making an offer for Julio.
I know, right? But with what, Jamie? What? What are they offering?
They're trading somebody else's picks or something. I don't know.
I still.
They got to have something to give up, like unless Wilson just doesn't know what he's talking about at all.
Well, the Falcons will take Jamal Adams. They need defense more than they need anything else. And they say, give us Jamal Adams, you can have Julio right now.
Yeah. Well, I think that their linebacker does better rushing the quarterback than Adams, and all Adams ever does is rush the quarterback. Like, he can't cover anybody. He knows he can't cover anybody, so he doesn't even try.
You know, God, I'm kind of glad we didn't pick him up. We have other people who can rush the quarterback. I need for you to play the box and make sure nobody runs through here.
Yeah, we can have someone different rush every time. We don't need the same dude rushing every time.
He has more sacks than anybody on the team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all he does. Now, other than that, I'm just hoping Hurd hits the field. I don't care how many big plays or how many whatever he does. I just hope he gets on the field and plays the game this year.
Oh, please.
Why's everybody got to hate on my boy Jamal Adams?
You can't cover nobody.
Hey, as a matter of fact, Jack, you know how you love to talk about how great picks you make? He's good, but he's wearing the wrong number on his uniform. He's a lineman.
Yeah, he needs to be a linebacker.
But you know what I'm saying, you know, because that's the thing. I'm you know. Okay, hey, listen, Oh, he's not a veteran. Eric Armstead. I almost thought about Armstead. Who else is a veteran around the team? And Jimmy Ward.
Yeah, Jimmy Ward.
Yeah.
Somebody was talking about reconstructing his contract in order to fit Julio, but I don't.
No Ward.
The more I think about it, I don't think we're going to get Julio. I just got a feeling that we're not getting him. Like, he ain't coming.
If I were in Vegas, Jamie, if we were in Vegas right now, I say, Jamie, listen, I got to go to this window, man. I got to make this deal. What? I'm telling you right now, if there's odds out whether Julio Jones is going to be a 49er next week or not, I'm taking those odds. I'm gonna put at least a C note on it. You know, so I don't know what the odds are going to be, but you know that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We've seen this movie and we know how it ends. It's not going to happen. Every time we get
we've been watching this movie for 2 years now.
Yeah. So I'm done with that.
Yeah, we ain't getting no wide receivers.
Nah. Especially the likes of Julio Jones. We didn't get OBJ.
Yeah.
We're not going to get Julio. So let's just stop putting yourself in the position to get your feelings hurt. Anyway, hey, Jamie, tomorrow night should be fun. Either we find out about Julio. I think the reporters get to report to camp. It should be fun. So I'll see you tomorrow night.
Tomorrow's first, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice,
cool. Yeah, I'll call in tomorrow.
All right. Looking for you, fam.
All right. Thanks, Ronbo.
Thanks, fam. And Barack O'Neill. No. Brock. Islam. No. Valhalla is from Nordic mythology. You didn't know that? That's where Thor and Loki come from. Anyway, well, Asgard, but that's still Nordic mythology. Colonel's Hyde is still trash. Brock, thanks for that contribution. Islam? No. My mom would kill me. Oh, by the way, I don't have anything against Islam, okay? My mom is hardcore Christian. She used to read scriptures upon everything we did wrong. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. I got some great buddies that are Muslims. I'm not. I didn't mean it that way. Okay. Hey, area code 512. Hello. 512. Area code.
Yep.
Yo, and who is this?
Rick.
Rick. Well, Rick, come on in, man. We're trying to peg right now and anticipate of the veterans who's going to be that dude, who are going to be those dudes that lead the charge into the playoffs. You got any special guys you got in mind?
A couple.
All right, go ahead. That's
Nicky
Rick.
Bosa.
Nick Bosa? Yeah,
Nick Bosa.
easily.
George Kittle.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Fred Warren.
Yeah.
And it don't take much else. That'll do right there.
Yeah. And then you got a cast of characters that are going to be right behind him too. So I agree. You mentioned and George Kittle offensively. I looked at George as a given, and you don't need to predict him. So I said, who's that guy that's going to be there? But George Kittle's definitely going to be one of the guys. So I agree. Because we got Rick, how charged up do you think the 49ers are after last year's embarrassment? This is what I'm thinking, They got plenty of rest because we didn't go into the playoffs. And half the time, we had a percentage of our guys were on the COVID list. So the 49ers are one of the most well-rested teams of their caliber in the NFL. I can't wait.
I wouldn't say rested. I would say they've been working hard and they're pissed off.
Oh, yeah.
And they're ready to get in some ass.
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting ready to beat down some teams, starting with the Detroit Lions. and from then on, I think we might have a hell of a season this year, though.
Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes he's already saying he's predicting a 20-0 season for the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, I did the same thing. I laughed. Here's the thing. What could we, if the Chiefs could go 20-0? I'm starting to see the 49ers.
That's like your 5 seasons, though, Ronbo.
Yeah, we're having 17 games this year is what I'm. That's why Patrick Mahomes lost his mind because he's pissed off about last year's embarrassment in the Super Bowl where one of the most high-octane offenses of all time scored 3 points.
Yeah, he was running backwards. He was doing some, what do you call what them girls do? The double dutch.
Exactly. Or moonwalking. Michael Jackson moonwalk.
It wasn't even the electric slide. It was you got no prize. Man, he's not even manned up to go forward and take a lick. What kind of stuff is that, Ronbo?
See, here's the thing. If that was us, the homeboy would be in here he comes in and makes his little cameo appearances now. But, McChoke messed up on that game, okay? He's supposed to be all world, all this and that. He don't need no offensive lineman. Get rid of the ball, Patrick. You got Travis Kelce. You got, what do you got? Speed demons galore out there. Get rid of the ball, boy. Yeah. 3. That's it.
Oh,
so,
Lord.
I can't wait until next season, right? Yeah, so we're just ready for the season because, we got some unattended business.
They're going to come back hard. They're going to come back strong. They're going to come back mad. And they're going to whoop some ass. Mm-hmm. That's all there is. Because we got a point to prove.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we had a hurt season last year. We had a messed up record, but we turned nothing into something. We traded up, got Trey Lance. Mm-hmm. And it's on and popping now. Mm-hmm. Y'all do it. Yeah, I mean, y'all can say Jimmy's gonna get hurt. Jimmy's gonna do his damn thing. Mm-hmm. But if he does get hurt,
we got a beast right behind him,
It's not gonna be
and
about
he's getting
Nick.
ready to tear it up.
Yeah, no
He's getting
Nick,
ready
no
to make
CJ.
Mahomes look like mini me.
Well, and I like our chances, from right from the beginning, because they're going to come out there with a new fire in their belly. And sometimes I hate that we had to go the path we did to get our guys in this kind of mindset, but you got to appreciate it now because we're in the now moment, right? So looking forward, yeah, we ready. Let's go.
We don't took the lumps. Now it's time to pay the dividends.
Man,
So
so
we did it. We did it. We even as hurt as we played with pride. We played with heart, and we played strong. Even I'm talking to Ronbo. Hold on. We played strong. We played with pride, and we did the best we could. And that was with like backups and backups and backups. Now the stars are gonna come in, and they're gonna wreck shop the only way that they can. Nicky B is a beast. Fred Warner, the beast.
yeah, we got plenty.
Oh man, we got some juggernauts.
We got plenty.
They're gonna be unstoppable, Ronbo, and I can't wait.
I
can't
almost mentioned Mike McGlinchey as part of the guys I'm sending to the halls of VAHALLA. Because I think he has all you need. Got bigger. You can see the commitment is there. Stop following Joe Staley's diet and let's go.
Yeah,
So we're going to see.
there it is. And we got the Maxer. Don't forget about the return of the Max.
Yes, indeed. They got Trent Williams down there, too.
Ooh.
Hey,
Ronbo, I know you got a lot of callers, but before I leave, you are the best.
Thanks,
And this is
man.
my first time calling, and I'm just letting you know that Ronbo and the San Francisco 49ers are the number one franchise in all the land. All the land?
Rick,
All the land.
I'm so flattered. Thanks, Rick. I appreciate that, fam. Let's see you tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow and see what happens during the workout. All right, Rick. Have a great night.
Later, Ron.
Later, fam. It's Barack O'Neill says, Big Show keeps saying we getting Julio, so we definitely ain't. Big Show, you know what? You know how much I love you, man. I'm starting to, maybe from now on, it's just like we used to get Tyler not to buy jerseys because it always condemned the future of the players he'd buy. Show, keep it to yourself from now on. He's got a point. So whenever you like something or want something really bad, we don't get it. Except for Fred Warner, everything else usually doesn't happen. Jersey Joe strikes again. Hey, John.
Ronbo.
John, Ultimate 49ers Report. Come on in, man. We're working Big Show, and we're going to get him to sign a petition whenever he has a strong feeling about a player. Just keep it to yourself, and then wait till afterward. I'm kidding, Show. Show makes some good predictions, though, and he gives you a lot of insight and information on rookies. He was wrong about Mac Jones. Okay, that's okay. He was right about Fred Warner. But John, this is about your time now. Let's get into your feelings as to who are going to be the monsters of the leading of the charge this year.
I'm not sure who this Big Show guy is, but I've been hearing his name, and I think he was the Mac Jones guy. But that's something that it's the past. It is what it is. We shouldn't give him a hard time. But one thing that I do want to say about the 49ers and the starting players that they have. Of course when you look at this roster, offensive side of the ball, we have Ayuk, we have Samuel, we have Kittle, we have Trent Williams,
Debo,
and then we also have So the offense, the offense is basically looks really good. Alex Mack, if Jimmy can stay healthy, whoever the running backs are going to be. And then on the other side of the ball, a healthy Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, et cetera. This is a really good team. Like last year, to be 100% honest, and I was saying this, as a joke. I'm not a Jimmy G guy, but I had a high ankle sprain just by walking. It's not fun. So, if you've never had that, don't be too critical of Jimmy Garoppolo's play. Because at the end of the day, what happened last year is a fluke. Like Tampa Bay, they were in their home stadium in the Super Bowl. So it's going to be a very odd year how in the next 10 years, how we look at the 2020 season. I still think that the 49ers are a really good team. I don't really care about, Rams, fans saying, Stafford's going to throw like 6,000 yards and like 80 touchdowns. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And it doesn't matter how you feel about Jimmy Garoppolo. At the end of the day, if he has a good year, why should we root against this guy to have a bad year? We should be 49er fans and root for the guy that's wearing the jersey. If Garoppolo is not on the team next year, then you can start booing him. Then you can start hating him because we're going to be rooting for Trey Lance. So I'm not worried about the veterans. We have a lot of good depth pieces. I was just looking at the roster earlier today, and I saw all the depth, the draft picks. What they did was to basically understand, we're going to try to go all the way if we can, and we're going to develop these young players, like Trey Lance, our future quarterback that's going to be with us for probably a long time. This running back that we just drafted, he's going to be the guy right behind Trey Lance. And then, whatever happens on the defensive side of the ball in the secondary, Ufanga, Lenore, Aubrey Thomas, just look at what the Niners did to make sure this team is set for a worst-case scenario. That's what they did with this draft. That's what they did with the free agents. We brought them
built
back
for the future. Yeah.
And then also, who would have thought before free agency how many of the players were going to come back? So when you look at the offseason for the 49ers, it's looking great. And it's looking really good. Jeff Wilson, that sucks what happened. But you look what happened this offseason. Should we really say that we want Jimmy G to fail with the talent that's on this team? That's the question that we have to start asking. Should we put our personal feelings aside just for a moment and see what this team can really do? And we're playing the best competition in our division. All the other teams, like the NFC East, that's a horrible division. So the Niners will be playing tough competition from the get-go. And if we do have a good year, the players are going to look easy for us.
Yeah. Because the thing is, this team, they've been together long enough now, the core unit, they've been together now long enough, they should be able to play fast, without thinking. And as soon as that kind of element takes over, now they're difficult to stop. Because this is why I've always wanted teams. You look at the Hawks and teams like that have had success every year. That's because they've been together forever. And that's what it takes usually. All right? So that's why we're going to see something this year I don't think that we really expected. So this is going to be an interesting year for a lot of reasons.
Mm-hmm. And then people have to understand, like, look at the New England dynasty, since Bill Belichick. That thing is now passing, 21, 22 seasons. What has Bill Belichick done really well? When the stars are about to get big money, they trade them away for extra draft picks. They trade down in the second round to get more draft picks. The Niners have been doing well in the fifth round. That's how you keep a dynasty for a long time. Our dynasty, from when Bill Walsh was there all the way from the 80s and the 90s, how did they do that? They made sure that they kept recycling great talent and great free agents. That's why we won 5 Super Bowls in a 14-year cycle. So that's one thing about as dynasties gets older, coaches leave, general managers leave, and then they just bring in, a new like administration, and then they cannot have the success. That's why dynasties fail. And when I look at John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, it's been a rough 4 years. But Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch took a huge leap of faith. We got Trey Lance. Jimmy Garoppolo could be really good for us. And you never know. We'll be probably the talk of the NFL for the next decade. So that's how you continue to make your team better. That's why Fred Warner, I like that guy, how he said, I'm going to compete even if I'm hurt on a 6-10 team because that's what I want to do. I don't care what the media says. Oh, Fred Warner, just don't play no more. These players, look at Nick Bosa. He got hurt, ACL injury. That dude is getting back in shape. Jimmy Garoppolo, high ankle sprain. He's getting back in shape. These guys who got hurt last year, they have something to prove. And that's one thing I do agree with you, Ronbo. You know that these players have a fire right behind them.
Mm-hmm. You know, it gets you up early in the morning and train before sun up. When you catch a guy getting out of bed to work out and it's still dark outside, you know that dude is not to be messed with. John, we're out of time, though. Let's see what happens. We'll find out more tomorrow and as far as camp goes as we get that report. All right?
All right, Ronbo, as always, Niners all day.
Have a good night, John. It's 49ers Ultimate Report. Click him up. You know what? Let's see. You know, we got another day to go. We got to wait till Tuesday, don't we? Yeah, because it's the first. We got to wait all the way to Tuesday to find out what's going on in camp. I really thought they were going to put us in on 27th. Damn it. Hey, chill, pill, Phil. What is Phil?
Hey, Ronbo. You
Phil,
need to
man.
have a show on Tuesday.
Huh? Oh, we're definitely
You
going
need to have
to.
a show on Tuesday.
Oh, we're definitely going to because I'm dying to know
That's
what's going on
the
in
second
camp.
free agency. Yeah.
Oh, and that's right. That's Julio Day.
Yes.
Julio time. Finally, so we can stop talking about him. Phil, I really wish they'd stop talking. The media's just losing their minds. They're just saying anything now.
I know. They always do.
Yeah.
They
truly.
always do.
Yeah.
I mean,
They've
so.
amped it up.
But you know what? I think we've got a serious chance at Julio. Listen, Seattle only has $5 million in the cap space. In order to get Julio, they would have to cut 2 starters.
You know what?
2. Come on.
Media's
Serious?
just
Come on, people.
throwing things out there like nobody knows what's going on.
The media, I'm sorry, you don't take a lot of math classes to be a journalism major, okay?
True.
You just don't. And so they don't know what the cap says. They don't care. They just spout. The bottom line is, I was doing some numbers around the Niners cap space, and even after they signed Trey Lance, and I think they're going to work out some sort of structure that he's getting more money later on over his 4-year contract with a signing bonus, right? So,
Yeah.
and Karak is really good at that. And then, with the rookies coming up and after they make their cuts, they're going to have about $22, $23 million in cap space.
Mm-hmm.
So we can sign Julio with the contract he has at $15 million and not blink an eye.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the question is, how much draft capital are you going to give up?
Yes,
For him?
because I don't want to continue to lose draft picks. We lost ones. We'll start working on our 2s. Phil, you know what though? Where we are in the draft now, or where we should be, does it really matter?
Well,
Because
I would love to have him. I would love to have him because he's that guy that takes the top off.
Oh, and
He's
everything
that
else.
guy that demands all the respect, so that teams are going to shift their defense over to that side.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's going to leave Debo and Ayuk and Kittle all alone. So
Scary thought.
yeah, it is a scary thought.
Those are all 3
And if you want to get your
very
best
capable
trade
players.
value,
Yeah.
if you want to get your best trade value out of Jimmy, then you give him all the tools possible to get that trade value up.
That's right.
And so I think a Julio Jones would make Jimmy a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, his trade value is going to be a lot better, and we get a lot of that draft capital back.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to win
That
games.
would be my thoughts. But and I agree with Big Show this time. I don't always agree with him, but I agree with him this time. I think we're one of the front runners. You know, if Kyle wants Julio,
he's here.
then I think we could get him. I mean,
Well, like you said, Phil,
we've got the
exactly. We're in the best position to do
we've
so.
got the cap space. We've got everything there to be able to get him. I don't think a team's going to give up a first-round pick for him. I just don't.
Nah.
And so that means second or third, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
And we've got 2 thirds coming up next year.
Mm-hmm.
We've got our own third and Martin Mayhew. So, you know, if we could give up a third round for him, I would pull that in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah,
and
every team, every other team would. You know what, Phil? That worries me too. To come in with no more than that, pretty much any team in the league, including the Hawks, can equal that deal.
Yeah,
It's
but they
who
can't
can throw
pay the
something
cap.
else in. Oh, that's right. You can't
They
fit him in your
can't
cap.
pay the cap,
I
Ronbo.
keep forgetting about that.
You got to understand, these teams are not able to pay the cap. They can't even sign their rookies, half of them. So from the draft. So there's only a few teams that we're competing against. Only a few. You know, you're looking at Indy, you're looking at New England, you're looking at a couple other teams. But all these teams they put out, like Tennessee and Baltimore, they just don't have the cap space. So, you know, unless they restructure his contract and push it out to later years, which is possible, but you can't guarantee that when you make the trade. So, you know, I just don't know. But I would love to have him. It would make a big difference on our offense. But the other thing I want to say is Rudy's an idiot. His offensive line on the Rams, he's got a 40-year-old left tackle with a torn meniscus.
He's 41 now.
That's coming in after a torn meniscus last year. And he's got a right tackle. Yeah, he tore his meniscus towards the end of the season last year. He was out.
I didn't even know that. God.
And he's coming back from an injury. They lost their center, Blythe. They lost their right guard. They never drafted anybody to replace him. They're bringing up guys that were behind those guys. And 2 years ago, they were the 31st out of 32 offensive lines in the league.
So Matt Stafford is as
he's
Rudy.
going to be on his back.
Yes, you know, and man, Phil, that's fun stuff. We're gonna go. I'm gonna.
We beat him. We beat him twice, and we didn't even have our first team. You know.
And I think Jimmy's leg was hurting him terribly that day too.
Oh, we didn't have Nick. We didn't have D Ford. We didn't have Ebicom. We're going to use our own player against him. I mean, it's going to be. Stafford is not going to be able to get a pass off.
Yeah, and Rudy, we're looking to hear from you too. When you get a chance, you check in with us. All right, Phil. I'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, Ronbo.
Night,
All
Phil.
right. Take care.
You too.
All right, later. Bye.
It's always fun to spotlight people like Rudy, because Rudy's still living in some kind of bizarro world. He really thinks they're going to just come in and raise hell this year. I don't know what's going on with the analysts either. Analysts are picking the Rams to win the NFC West. Immediately,
What's happening?
Emilio, man, I'm trying to. I'm putting medals on my studs, my veteran studs that are going to come in this year and say, all right, enough of this BS, man. We ain't playing this year. Let's go. And I named a few. But you know what? I mean, we got a lot of guys on this team. Did I miss anybody, Emilio? Do you object to anybody I picked out earlier? Because I got Nick. Nick Bosa is easy to pick, Jimmy. Travis Benjamin is my sleeper. And, of course, K'Wan Williams was injured last year a lot. He'll be back this year as well. Beyond that, I tell you, I thought about Mike McGlinchey just because, but Mike wasn't hurt last year. Yeah, most of these guys are guys hurt that I picked out. But, Mila, what are you thinking? As far as go beyond hurt, who's going to be the man this year?
Well, first thing,
First things first, I'm over here in the chat dealing with this so-called Lion fan.
You the
I
one
think his
talking
name
to
is
that?
Dunbar.
If you're a
Yeah, I'm
Lions
the one
fan,
talking to him.
yeah, I don't understand how you
Yeah.
talk.
Because my name is Millie instead of Millio, so I changed it to, if you that's the difference.
okay.
So I'm over here talking to him. I'm like, he's over here talking about, they're gonna, what's his name? They're gonna beat us week 1. I said, okay, good luck with that, buddy. And, his best 2 players ever.
I mean, remember last year? No, 2019. Remember that dude from Tampa Bay was all over the chat? He was just running the chat. And the 49ers went to Tampa Bay.
Well, you know what? That's a little different story. It's Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has actually won the Super Bowl before, even before he even got on the chat. This guy is just ridiculous. He's never even sniffed the Super Bowl. Close. Not even a championship game. I'm like, I don't know why he's talking. I guess he just, wants to pump himself up for week 1. And even if we do lose the game, it won't matter because they will never hit a Super Bowl and even get close to a Super Bowl. So what the hell is the difference?
And they've had some good teams,
won't
Emilio.
get near the damn thing.
I still don't understand what's going on in Detroit. They've had some good. They've had some good players.
I can tell you, the only reason Stafford was there for all those years, he was just trying to get paid. He didn't even care. After Megatron left, what else did he have to fight for? Could never beat the Packers. Could never beat the Bears.
Right,
Go
or
back
the
and barely
Vikings.
can beat the Bears.
Stat pad
Every
week.
Come on, man. It's just, dude. That's one of the weakest divisions in the NFL, and they can't mount the shit. Come on now. Dude, seriously?
Yeah,
Even on our worst day, they still can't beat us.
The only thing to be appreciated out of Detroit is the cars. I've never been to Detroit, though, so I don't know. But, I'm Detroit. Pistons?
I was gonna go to that. I said I was
Tigers?
gonna go to the game, but I was like,
No, I don't.
I was gonna go to that game.
No, you don't.
But you know what? I changed my mind. I said I don't want to watch that embarrassment. I said, I'm taking my ass to Chicago. I said, that's it.
Yeah, it's a nicer city too. So because that would have been a waste. Everybody would have talked you out of that. See.
No, even my wife said it. He was like, she was like, you know what? What the hell is in Detroit? Let's go to Chicago. It's a nicer city.
Hey, Tiger fan, give us, while you're talking trash, give us a reason to come.
They're not tigers. They're
lions.
little kittens. They haven't won anything. No, they're the kittens. They haven't won shit.
Is that Don Burr? Hey, Don, give me.
Yeah,
is there
that's
something
what it is,
attractive about Detroit that we should come there besides the Lions? Because that's a waste of time. If you're going to come all the way to Detroit, there must be some kind of recreation or great restaurant or something. Or maybe even you, Don. Well, we can have people meet you. What food? Chicago's got deep dish
week
pizza.
1 upset. That's it, man.
Chicago's got deep dish pizza. What do they have in Detroit? Other than the cars.
Broken down Ford Mustangs.
Oh, muscle cars. Yeah.
No, broke down Mustangs.
I just realized something. American Muscle does come out of Detroit as far as cars go, right? Okay, that's what Detroit can claim to fame. Yeah. All right.
The only best car they ever had it was the Ford. The best car is the GT. And other than that,
do you know that's the number one? Has been for a decade. That truck is the most popular thing on the road. Strange. It burns up gas.
Somebody said 8 Mile.
Hey, I forgot about Eminem. Yeah, okay. All right, there you go. The F-150 Ford. Hey, Emilio. Okay, you know what? Can we expect something? No, Eric Armstead and Mike McGlinchey have been our favorite whipping boys off and on for years. What's going to happen this year between those two? Are they going to be a part of the lead?
Well, they should. They should. It's just, well, I know they should because, they didn't really do nothing last year, so it should be their season to shine. So it's like more of a bounce back year. It's going to be a bounce back year for a lot of players this year. 'Cause, since a lot more
but
hurt, some
especially
didn't
them.
play, a few after that. So no, you could tell. Like I said, even with the last week of OTS we've seen, it was like 80+ players. So you got to really realize all these players are ready to roll. Doesn't matter who's going to be on this field. They got something to prove. Even with with a horrible year we had, all the injuries and whatnot, and all this BS that went on. No, this is to them is a bounce back year. So basically, you could take it as let's call it a leap year. Let's say 2020 didn't happen. Players weren't there anyways. So this is gonna be a revenge tour, basically from our previous
I know,
Super
right?
Bowl loss.
I was told not to keep
If
using that
you
term.
really look at it,
If
you really look at it, it's really what it is. That last year didn't happen. So this year's a revenge tour.
And not because
you really notice it
of 2019, but 2020 redemption revenge tour.
Actually,
Exactly.
if you want to put it, it don't matter. It's actually both. One, because we lost the Super Bowl, and two, because all those injuries. No, it's the rebirth of the revenge tour. So,
we gotta let you get back to Don Burr, and he's still talking. I mean, what?
Not still. I see he's a little sensitive. He keeps bringing up talking about we're Dallas fans because we're bringing up the past. He said, dude, nobody brings up the past. I said, I asked him how many rings he had, and he's gonna bring up. See, why you keep bringing up the past? I didn't bring up the past. I just asked him how many rings you guys got. You couldn't answer that question for some weird reason.
There is no.
Just answer it for me. I said, hey, they're like the Cardinals.
and
Can't win a ring.
All right, fam.
In Buffalo, hey, just don't let it be Buffalo and go 3 straight and lose the Super Bowl 3 straight in a row.
and have to change your area code to 044. Okay, you know what? Bill, I'm going to see you tomorrow, fam. We got to go. Have a good night.
All right.
All right, fam. Oh, God. And Don said they got great pizza, to which Don Lovato said, your pizza tastes like shoe leather. Hey, Rick.
What's going on? What's going on, Ronbo?
Rick, I don't understand why fans come in here. They must think that we're just a bunch of chumps and marks to be picked on. People come in here, and some of them come in to the chat by themselves from other teams talking trash. It's like stepping into a hornet's nest. You get stung. It don't make no sense. Because Rick, I don't be running around other people's. I go over to the Raiders every now and then because I still got to think about the Raiders and say things to them that nobody should impolite things to them. But as far as the Rams and Hawks and those people, man, I don't be hanging around with them people, man. It smells bad.
Exactly. They know their teams are trash, and they're really more. They know they're pretty much Niner fans. It's like, why would you subscribe to somebody that plays for a different team? That makes sense. And still always
that means
their chance.
Because you're green with envy, and it glows when you go into another chat. Like, y'all can't do this, y'all can't do that. Well, you guys are delusional. Ain't no way.
Hey, just say 5. Just say, look, 5. If you don't have at least 5 of them things, then you can't even talk to me.
See, that's
you got 5 of them, then look, you can't talk.
Yep, that's the problem right there. That's what's irritating for them. They know in their lifetime they'll never see 5 trophies.
They can't. They're right. They can't get 5 trophies if they go to a trophy shop. No.
Hey, Rick, let's get to the 49ers. So I've picked out some guys that I think are going to lead the team, some vets. Rick, did I leave anybody out? Who do you suspect? And the guys I picked out have been injured, and they got to come back and lead the team for that reason alone. They probably feel like they missed out, and it was their responsibility to take the team to the next level. But did I leave anybody out that's not injured? And I thought about, somebody said George Kittle. Actually, George is a guy that gets injured a lot. He should be on the list as well.
Right, but I mean, he came back. He came back later in the season. I'm with you. I definitely think number one, and I'm a Trey Lance guy. But for the sake of the 49ers, my guy first, it has to be Jimmy G. It has to be Jimmy G. Jimmy G and Nick Bosa are like kind of neck and neck because we want both of them to be back. Although we believe that Nick Bosa is going to be here a little bit longer than Jimmy G. I would rather have the problem of, hey, Jimmy G just led us to a Super Bowl, and we're trying to decide whether we're going to keep him for another year or not. I'd rather have that problem than Jimmy G got hurt again or Jimmy played like trash because if we ultimately don't believe that Jimmy G is going to be in our long-term future plans, then we want to at least get something for him versus just releasing him outright and being like, well, thank you for your time back in 2019. So, like, from a fan standpoint, just a 49er fan standpoint, you have to at least want Jimmy G to play to his best ability. And then whenever Trey Lance gets in there, it's because he actually outplayed him.
Yeah.
He actually look. I've consistently outplayed him, and so therefore it's a situation.
It'll make sense. Exactly.
Yeah. The best, and obviously I want Nick Bosa back, man, because I want him to crash between him, Armstead, Greenlaw, whoever we can have on the other side, Ekubam or whoever else on the other side. I just want them to crack every QB, whether it's Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, to people outside. Like I like that Detroit fan. Trust me when I tell you, I know for a fact Jared Goff, he might call in sick that day because he knows that Nick Bosa is going to be back on the field. He wants no parts.
First
he
game.
No parts.
Keep forgetting about him like everybody else has.
Man, please. Man, Jared Goff wants no parts of Nick Bosa. He wants no parts of Nick Bosa. No. Just like I'm saying it right now. I don't care who you got in L.A. What's called Sean McVay, he still wants no parts of the Niners. Russell Wilson, you don't want no parts of us. All that Russ Cook crap. We ain't worried about you. Kyler Murray, we figured out how to catch you and sack you too. So, dude, we're not worried about anybody. Like I said, it's going to be bully ball all year long. So we're going to have a heavy dose of running first, play action pass. Yep. We're going to have some more sweeps with Debo and IU. And so, dude, I don't care. I don't care if we run the ball more, because guess what? That helps us have better time of possession, keeps our defense fresher. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, when they get back on the field, it's all systems go because they can rush the passer. Because after a while, if we start scoring at will, it will make them one-dimensional where they can't even run the ball anymore. They got to pass, and then we can just let the dogs loose on them. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it this year. I'm not worried about anybody. Would I like to get Julio? But man, I'm not willing to pay him those $60 million in those 3 years. Get out of here with that.
I know. You know what? I forget about that all the time. That's too much. Julio's got 2 seasons left because the injuries are taking him out longer and longer at this point. So you got to be careful with paying Julio $60 million.
Exactly. And the thing about it is you have to realize what last year, even with subsequent round table type of quarterback play, Brandon Ayuk almost still had 1,000 yards. He was a couple hundred yards away from having 1,000 yards. And that's with Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins and C.J. Becker. And he almost had 1,000 yards. Get out of here.
And remember, Brandon didn't play against the Packers. How many yards did Richie James get? Richie was running Brandon's. He was doing Brandon's role that night. So he is a 1,000-yard guy. He is the number one guy. He's going to be the number one guy. I got a feeling that's the guy. He's going to be our number one guy. And this year, I'm looking for him to make the next leap and to be more of a healthy dose between him and Kittle, because after a while, you don't want your tight ends to be your number one receiver. You want the receiver to be the number one guy first. Make them long games.
It's kind of supposed to be more supposed to be the blanket, the safety blanket, the safety net or whatever. And if we have Ayuk and Debo doing what they're supposed to do, and then it leaves Kittle up the middle, and he's kind of not forgotten. Then I trust Kittle against a linebacker. I mean, I trust him against a safety too. But if he's on a linebacker, it's chicken dinner. He's going to cook him.
I mean,
he's going to cook him.
Debo loves. Kittle loves those kind of guys. You know what? I should have mentioned Debo and George anyway. Those are definitely 2 guys that are going to lead this pack too. Debo's a vet now. He's going into his 3rd year.
I just tell Debo, leave the rotisserie chickens alone. You need to go and
don't be getting fat.
Because you don't get fat. Go vegan for a little bit or something. Yeah. But don't get salads with Wingstop, lemon pepper chicken on top. This kid
in ranch style dressing.
croutons or something like that. Yeah, ranch style dressing. Hey, but Niner Empire, Niner faithful guys. Look, I'm looking forward to the season. I'm looking forward to us just dominating, man. And we're gonna say ooh la la all year long.
Season long. All right, Rick. I'll see you tomorrow
All
night
right, man.
Raw. All right, fam. Have a good night. Oh, God. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't Kid Rock from Detroit? Okay. I do like Kid Rock. hey, Brittany.
Hello, Ronbo.
Brittany, we're looking through the team and naming the guys tonight who are going to be the guys out in front of the charge. Some of the veterans that you know got the capability and probably a little mad about last year. Oh, I mentioned several guys already. I threw Travis Benjamin into the mix because he wasn't hurt last year, but Travis Benjamin, he could be that guy. I keep thinking, who's going to be the Travis Benjamin? I mean, the Kendrick Bourne. Because I put Travis in that spot, but I want to see Jalen Hurd in there. You already know Nick and Jimmy are going to do their thing, and K'Wan Williams. But the other guys are questionable. George Kittle, injured last year a lot, but still, you know George is going to be George, no doubt about it. If we're going to win, it's going to be because of George. So, yeah.
Yep.
Who did I miss? Or who do you think might still be?
I don't know. The wide receiver 3 situation, I see 3 guys potentially. Hurd is one. Benjamin is one. But there's one that everybody seems to keep forgetting that you pointed out earlier with the previous caller, Richie James. Richie James could be up there too.
Man, he could be. Because everybody's kind of looking over him, past him, a lot like we did last year. I didn't have Richie making the team last year because we had so many wide receivers.
There was so many of them, but people seem to forget that Packers game, even though we lost.
Yeah,
Richie James had a game that day.
He was awesome.
No, you didn't forget anybody. I'm with you. All those guys you mentioned are going to be coming out full force that week 1 game. And don't get me wrong, that week 1 game, no one's going to bother going to that game because it's going to be an embarrassment. Literally.
Don Burr will be there. He's a Detroit fan that's in the chat for reasons unknown. Talking trash.
It's gonna be an embarrassment. I'm heading to the Philly game. That game I'm ready to see. Like a true embarrassment.
It is because we're going to be fresh, and hot, and we're going to be living there for a couple of days before the game, so the time element's not going to make any difference. So the Lions and Jared Goff's going to be out there trembling in his cleats, knowing that Nick is standing on the other side of the line. I can see Jared now. Hey, guys, I know you don't know much about Nick Bosa, but listen, I'm telling you right now, you have to double team him. What? No, I'm just telling you guys. I know you're doing your job. Okay. Because hey, Jared, you just be the quarterback. We'll do our job. Okay.
Jared Goff is afraid of Nick Bosa, and Sean McVay's going into this season all confident, like, I got this division. No, Nick Bosa's coming after you too. Just because you got Stafford don't mean anything.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rudy. It's the truth.
That's it, Rudy. And it doesn't help any that now that Nick's back, Eric Armstead is now free to do what he does. That's why he did so well in 2019. So I look for Eric to do a couple more sacks than he did in 2019 this year. Look for Eric to go 12.
Right.
Yeah.
You're gonna see that strong powerhouse come out once Nick Bosa is back. You're gonna see Armstead, DJ Jones. You're gonna see Kinlaw just break out and be crazy ridiculous.
Yes. I lose thought of him sometimes. There's my guy. That is my breakout player of the year, by the way, Britt. Yeah. Kinlaw.
Yes.
God, this team.
And a lot of people mention this too about Jimmy G. Yes, he's going to have a season, but they need to stop wishing for him to get hurt just to see Trey Lance. Honestly, I don't see that happening.
I'm glad Yeah, I've not read anybody saying that yet. I'm glad I didn't because I've been trying to restrain myself and act like somebody civilized on Twitter. The first time I see somebody
Right.
say I heard Jimmy G gets hurt, man, I'm gonna get kicked off of Twitter. So you know what? You're not even a 49er fan. You suck on so many levels. I can't even put them down here. If it wasn't for Twitter limited characters, I'd tell you how bad you suck. How you gonna be a 49er fan and wish the quarterback goes down? I don't care. Don't get me started. God, that's
I
weak.
listened to his interviews all last week, and from the tone of his voice, I'm being honest right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have a season for one reason. He's pissed off.
I know.
He is literally pissed off. So he is going to have a season. It's not going to be that. No, he's going to be pissed off. When he talks, it's going to be like, no, you're going to see me. It's not about the new guy. It's about me. I'm going to come out here and show you guys. Y'all want to leave me in the dark and stuff like that. No, I'm going to show you that you don't mess with me. You don't call me mediocre.
And keep asking me the same questions on every interview. So how did you feel when you learned the 49ers had traded up for Trey Lance? Well, I'm in this business. You're always going to be challenged, and I'm basically says I'm ready to meet that challenge. You know what I like about Jimmy? He's always professional. He didn't even do an Aaron Rodgers. When Aaron Rodgers found out about the Packers trading up for Love, he was livid, and it showed. I understand what he's saying because they never give him what he wants, but still, you got to remain professional. Don't show your emotions like that to the public. He did.
It's because, like I said before, the 49ers did something that the Green Bay Packers didn't even bother to do. They told Jimmy. They didn't tell Rodgers nothing.
Mm-hmm. So Rodgers actually has a reason to be mad because they've been doing this to him for years. I mean, they got rid of his best receivers down through the years and didn't say nothing to him. All of a sudden, he wakes up and finds out that guys are gone. His coach, the quarterback coach, was let go last year. Nobody said a word to him. So I can understand. I can feel Rodgers' pain. But still, you got to remain cool in front of the media. Don't let them see that you're pissed off or anything like that. Show them on the field, though. So I like that.
I'm ready for this season, the 49ers to become like extreme bullies. It's all Seahawks are winning this? Oh, they're not winning it. Oh, Cardinals? No. The Rams? No. Actually, it's the 49ers. And the other three teams in our division are threatened, so they do desperate moves because they know they're threatened. So I'm ready for it.
Right. Like the Hawks bluffing like, yeah, we're going to go after Julio. No, you're not. No, you're not.
No. What's what? What's what?
Guys, no. Get rid of Jamal Adams. Cut him. You can afford Julio.
The Rams.
That money might not make it, though.
The Rams. They even mentioned the Rams are going to go after Julio. What's what?
Rudy? Brittany, we got to go. Let me see you on Twitter. I'll see you tomorrow, too.
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely. Good night.
Night, Brittany. Yeah. Hey, Jay. Jay's at the loading dock. Jay!
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, no, Jay, you're not driving a truck. It sounded like you were at the other Jay's loading dock. There's usually a lot of noise and heavy equipment. You can hear things slamming to the ground. Or are you in the middle of a death match with Randy? No, you can't be. John Cena, my other favorite dude. Hey, Jay, I'm lining up my field generals to lead this team this year. All of them are vets. What do you? And I mentioned the names. I got Jalen Hurd. It's funny, Jalen Hurd is a vet now. You know why? Because he's been running around there trying to get on the field for 3 years, and this being his third year. So I put him in with K'Wan Williams and Jimmy G, Nick Bosa, and the guys who I think are going to be carrying the load on this team, making the biggest impact, so we're going to win. Who else do you see? I want to put Eric Armstead. I should have put George Kittle. He was hurt last year a lot. George gets hurt a lot anyway, but he still always comes back. But who are you thinking?
Really, hopefully, Jimmy needs to be on that list.
Oh, he is.
And D Ford.
Yeah, him and Nick were the first guys. You know what? D Ford But do you think D's going to make it this year? D's like ruined my.
D4? No. Yeah, I think he's over with.
Yeah.
I think it's over with for him.
If he plays, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, I'd be really shocked. I ain't really heard nothing about him none this year. So he's just sitting back collecting the check.
Because with Nick, Nick's coming back. That's all people talk about. Jimmy's going to come back because that's all people want to talk about. When the 49ers traded up, hey, listen, guys, I've got a recording. I'm going to play this for you, okay? Because everybody's asking me that. I don't know what else to tell you about that. If I'm Jimmy, I'd have somebody else come in. Mr. Garoppolo would like to acknowledge that by saying, yes, this is football, and you're constantly going to be tested, and there's always going to be competition for your position. That goes for every position on the field. Okay, because I don't know what he's supposed to say.
Mm-hmm.
They hurt my feelings so bad. I can't believe they traded up for another quarterback. I'm Jimmy G, man. Come on, what are you doing? This is my team. I don't understand what they want him to say.
Well, the thing I can say about Jimmy G is that you gotta be on the field, man. It's one of them things. The NFL don't wait for nobody. Teams wait. You constantly staying hurt, and then it's gonna eventually, if he keeps Jimmy and Jimmy keep getting hurt, that's gonna cause Kyle to lose his job. Just point blank.
That's true.
You can't constantly lose football games
because nobody wants to hear
keep your job.
Yeah. Somebody's got to get fired.
There's no excuse. Yeah, it's no excuse. You got to win games. And I think that's what they was at. You know what I'm saying? Even John Lynch said, hey, he said, we love Jimmy. You got to stay on the field. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about. They trying to win Super Bowls. And they know Jimmy can get him there, and
when he's on the field,
But
they also know that Nick and CJ.
When he's on the field, he got a proven track record that's just his own. That's my only issue with Jimmy, as far as that. When he's on the field, he can play, but when he's not on the field, it hurts our football team. I mean,
and also, you can't have
second.
Nick and CJ on the bench if Jimmy goes down. So that's a scary thought. And we went through it for 3 years. So, they were going to make that move this year, even if it wasn't the first round. You knew that was coming. We've got to upgrade.
Yeah, we knew we were going to pick a quarterback at 12, you know what I mean? But they were so nervous that they weren't going to get that guy, so they moved up to 3. So, here we are. So we got Trey. I think what it is, Jimmy, he's gonna have to bring his A game today, because he's gonna have to do what Tom Brady did, play well so he can keep Trey on the bench. If he doesn't play well, he's gonna work his way out of San Francisco.
Boy,
I can tell you that much.
And nobody knows that more than him right now. You can bet that. That's a competitive dude.
So, but the thing is, I don't know, man. I think he after this, after he got number 3 pick, you would think he would have went out and got all the guys and work out with them. I don't know, man. I think Jimmy done checked out. We'll see.
Oh yeah, no. I can guarantee you that's not happening.
Because some people got the mental capacity like Tom Brady. And there's only one Tom Brady as far as in the league, who has the mental capacity that, hey, you can doubt me if you want, but I'm going to come out here and win games and win Super Bowls. So there's only so many quarterbacks can do that.
You got to remember the COVID situation is not allowing so much freedom like that. I guarantee you Jimmy has not checked out. I mean, I guarantee you. I mean, think about that for a minute,
No,
Jay.
I'm just saying
you all of a sudden you hear about a new quarterback. If anything, Garoppolo's fired up now, probably more than he ever has been in his career. You'll see. I got a feeling you're going to see it soon too. Camp's already started. We'll see. The camp reports can be interesting, so we'll see what happens next.
It's going to be very interesting, but I don't know, man. I hope so, but for his sake. But man, I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you, do know If you think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be half-stepping this year, Jay, I got plenty of news for that, boy. That's why I already knew as soon as they traded up. A few days later, I thought about that for a minute. Garoppolo ain't saying that. You know what? Good. I got a feeling I know what's going on with him. So, because, a lot of people talk bad about him and insult him.
I hope
and have no respect
I just hope
for
it
him.
motivates him.
Oh, trust me.
It either can make him or break him, you know what I'm saying? And I hope this motivates him because if he doesn't.
I'm going to put myself out on a limb. Look for Jay to be top 5 this year in the rankings. We got it. Jay, we got to go, though. I'm going to see you tomorrow night on Raw. All right, fam.
Thank
Have a good
you,
night.
Ronbo. You have a good night. Appreciate
You
you.
Oh, Salvador. Salvador? Salvador.
They're calling you.
Salvador's got somebody monitoring his phone. Sal.
Hello?
Sal, Mr. Brebiska, I always look forward to talking to you, Sal, because, I only get you in like intervals now of 2 to 3 weeks apart. So I was going to wait here for indefinitely. Even if I had to wait till tomorrow morning, Sal, I was going to wait for you to show up.
All right, Rob. Oh, shit. You heard my girl in the back. Hold on, let me turn off the TV. How's it going, Rob?
Hey, Sal, doing great, man. How you doing?
Pretty
And
good.
Happy
Pretty
Memorial
good.
Day weekend. Well, Sal.
Yeah, you too, man.
Thanks, fam. More eating. See, the only thing that worries about these holiday weekends in America, we eat. You know what I'm saying? And we don't stop eating. We start eating. We start preparing like on Friday night, man, marinating the meat, getting the barbecue ready and everything. And nobody even thinks about the holiday involved. It's all about the food.
Well, I mean, Rob, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't really enjoy this weekend because I've been working all weekend.
Oh, you got to work this
last
weekend?
7 days. Yeah, I'm on call this whole week, so
Uh-huh.
pretty hot down here in the valley. So those ACs, they need the attention.
That's right. You're in Fresno, right?
Yeah, it's hella hot. It's hella hot.
I know, man, because
But
it's gonna get hotter every summer too. But so Sal, in the meantime, man, I'm looking at like the guys, the veterans are gonna lead this team. I said Jimmy and of course Nick. I got Jalen Hurd on that list because Jalen Hurd's that dude has got to be ready this year. K'Wan Williams, and Travis Benjamin, my sleeper guy. The guys that are obvious, like George Kittle, and everybody's praying that D Ford comes out and makes an appearance this year for some length of time. Well, Eric Armstead, he wasn't hurt last year, but what are you thinking? Who's the guys this year?
Well, obviously, I want Nick Bosa to come back healthy. All the guys coming off IR, I want them to make an impact, find their way back into the rotation, and win some games. But the guys I really want to see shine, the guys that getting the contract are future. Basically, George Kittle, he really didn't get to fulfill his contract, so this year he's coming in healthy.
Hey, that's right. That's
going to put up big numbers.
Contract. That's right.
Yep. And then the other guy in the contract conversation, Fred Warner. Having a middle linebacker is a huge part of the team. And when that guy's in his third, fourth year, already a leader, well respected, on the brink of getting a paycheck, I just want to see how he's going to take this season because he hasn't really got injured. So hopefully he keeps the injuries away and he earns that contract. And just basically leads this team because we don't have no more solids. So I don't really know how DeMeco Ryans is going to rally the guys or his coaching style.
I'm a little concerned too.
And a little bit too with DeMeco. I'll touch that right now in a couple seconds. But I just want the two guys on offense. Basically, I'm focusing on George Kittle. I want him to have 100 catches, 1,400 yards, double-digit touchdowns for the first time in his career. So he could regain that number one tight end role or the number one tight end title. And then with Fred Warner, obviously lead the defense, basically, lead the league in tackles forced fumbles, sacks, all that stuff. I want him to be all over the field, flying like Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman were. But with D'Amico Ryan's Ronbo, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's durable. So, I mean, I don't, knock on wood, I don't want that to happen this year. I don't want him to get hurt. But with D'Amico Ryan's, I don't really know. Is he going to stay with the 4-3 defense? Nobody has really talked to him, or no one's really touching on that side of the ball.
Kyle said that the defense was pretty much going to stay the same. I imagine that's why Kyle assigned him that job, because Kyle likes the 4-3. That's the only reason why we're running it, and why he went out and got Salah. So it's got to stay the 4-3. Maybe D'Amico's going to add some D'Amico touches. Put his fingerprints, his signature on the system. I would guess.
What we need, Ronbo, and we have the guys for it. We need to mix up our fronts. Have the 4-3 personnel, but little things like have an edge rusher line up as a linebacker, or just kind of mix up the fronts. 4-3, you could disguise it as 3-4, and that's what we have Ebukam for. He's going to be standing up on the edge. He could be that linebacker or the pass rusher. On the other side, he's going to be D Ford.
Anyway. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. D Ford is a natural outside linebacker. If those guys, check this out. If it's Ebukam, Bosa, Armstead, Kinlaw, and Ford, that's 2019 over again.
That's a lot of speed.
That's rough.
Yes,
we need to mix up the defense, because I do it all the day in Madden, and that shit sucks. So I want to see my Niners.
That's what I was getting ready to ask yourself. Would you love to sit in a room when they're brainstorming on how to start adding little nuances and manipulating the 4-3? Because it's basically going to be a hybrid. I'd come in every morning with a new package. I got this, and this. This works this way, this way, and this way. Ooh, you know how fun that would be? With the talent we got?
The younger DBs.
I tell you.
We got the style linebackers for them.
And you got Travis.
I think we got it.
You got Travis and Jimmy. Them boys, I can put them anywhere in that defensive secondary, and I believe they can do damage. Disguise and defenses. My safety's really my cornerback. They won't even know my corner is actually the default safety. But now you got something that the defense isn't ready for. You know what I'm saying? There are so many things you can do, especially with the athletes we got in the secondary.
In there.
In
there. It says roaming around.
He's a ball hawk too. The guy's got instincts.
Yeah. I think he could be our Adams, that type of player, right on the line.
Yeah.
Holding the edge, if he could hold the edge. I haven't really watched.
Oh, he can. That's a strong dude, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, from his film. Yeah, you don't run it. Don't run at him. Y'all know, please run at him. You better have a guy like McGlinchey out in front of you. You're going down, and it ain't gonna be nice. So this is gonna be an interesting season with the talent we got. So yeah.
Hey Ronbo, one more thing before I get out. You've been paying attention to like the press conferences that they've been rolling out?
Yeah. They're interesting so far.
One thing. No, yeah, they're pretty cool. I always look forward to those. But the one thing that I really like about Jimmy G's responses when he's answering questions out there, he's real assertive. He knows what he wants to accomplish this year. He's not really. I think for the past 3 years, he's been real easy with the media. A lot of like laughing, giving quotes.
Yeah.
But he's taking it personal this year, and that's what I really liked. That's what Kyle brought up early in the offseason. That guy's pissed. And hopefully he stays healthy and shuts up all these haters, man. I'm trying to rock my Jimmy G jersey all year.
Hey, keep in mind. Here's because Sal, you mentioned a good thing, because here's the thing. You remember Jimmy G? Every time he threw an INT, the next series he'd be unstoppable, right? But the bad thing about go ahead.
No. Yeah, I agree with you. I was just gonna touch on that.
Because I was just say, I don't know why, Jimmy. How did you? Sometimes the interceptions wasn't his fault, but no matter what, he'd come out the next series and just boom, boom, boom. They're moving down the field like crazy, quickly, scoring most likely. So, Jimmy, you can avoid that. I think every now and then the route running was pitiful or something else, but sometimes I wonder, this is why I want to get him to a couple of premier receivers and let me see how good Jimmy G might possibly be. We're gonna find out this year.
That was a problem. Remember in 17, 18, like a lot of tip passes, wide receivers not catching it, interceptions.
Bounce it off their chest.
That was his problem. That was his problem earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to see how he takes a hit, how he responds.
That's the biggest thing.
I'm just hanging in there. I'm just hanging in there until we get more practices. I've been following along with everybody on the Niner media, but I just don't always call in. But Ronbo, I had some time today, and it was Memorial Day weekend.
Yes,
so.
good. We don't have him sound a long time. It's not a good thing. All right, fam.
No,
so
for sure,
go.
No, I'm always checking in with you later, Ronbo.
Right.
You have a great night.
To talking to you,
and is Don Burr still in the chat? I was trying to run him out earlier.
I know. He's still there, still talking.
But he's trying to hype himself up. You don't even believe that.
He don't. You gotta talk trash when you ain't got nothing to talk about. All right, fam. Talk to you later.
All right, Ronbo. You take care.
Thanks, fam. You too. Oh, Ellis.
Keep it down.
Ellis.
Oh, Ronbo. Yes, sir.
Ellis, I knew who you were talking to, boy, because I used to hear that, starting from 6, 7 years old, all the way till I was like 18, because me and my brothers, man, we would not straighten up. When we got home, man, it was just a mess up time.
Right. Hey.
Until Pops got home. Moms, well, we could just abuse Mom. Would y'all please, bam, hey, bam. All right, you know what? Don't make me come in there. My dad would come in. Hey, all he had to do was make one sound. The dude was the old gunfighter. We knew not to mess with him, right? You talk about chilling out.
Right. Yeah, that's what I try to maintain, because I don't want to, we're trying to break some of the old school stuff and trying to give them some new stuff to redirect, I'll say, children nowadays, because
I know.
You thought you learned something, but back then,
better.
Getting the beating all the time, but
communication is so much better.
Here and there.
I think
we got to find some alternatives. We got a hybrid version. I'm using a little bit of a hybrid version.
Got to use a little bit of scare tactic, but at the same time, be able to intellectually connect with your children. See, that's why, Dad, I told him too late. Dad, you know what? You was like, I'm going to knock him out. Every now and then you could have chilled out. Y'all got on my nerves. You can have that conversation with your
what are you learning? All you're learning is how to heal at that point. You're not learning about anything else. You're just learning how to recover from, from sustaining a blow. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, we're not doing none of that here, man.
Good.
My kids, they got lavish. But yes, sir. What we got on the evening, family?
Because Ellis, man, we're looking at like the front runners, the leaders of this team, the veterans. I'm spotlighting veterans tonight. And who are those guys that are going to be at the end of the season? We're going to say, you know what? If it wasn't for this dude, this dude, this dude, and this dude, we ain't talking about Super Bowl. Who are those guys this year? Because I already picked out Nick, of course, which is a no-brainer. Jimmy, pretty much another no-brainer. He's got to do the Jimmy. All right. The reason we brought you a Jimmy is because you're a franchise quarterback. Now this year, you got plenty of talent. You ain't got no rookies out there. You got maybe a second tier or third tier wide receiver at the most, one or two. But for the most part, you got weaponries out there. You got a great running back room. So let's go. You got Alex Mack out in front of you. You got one of the best left tackles in the league. Michael Glenson, we're going to talk to him and get him straight this year. Anyway, we got right tackle. You got Aaron Banks. Now, you ain't got no reason to do nothing but good things. So I figure that's what it's going to be, right? So I got also Hurd. I'm looking for Hurd. Somehow he's going to stay healthy this year, Ellis, and he's going to kick butt. Travis Benjamin is my dark horse. Now, I picked out guys that got hurt. Travis Benjamin didn't get hurt, but K'Wan Williams also. That's going to be another guy that's going to lead that secondary. No matter what Akello Witherspoon says, K'Wan is still in San Francisco as one of the best defensive backs in the NFL. Can't believe he said that.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got? I'm thinking like, did I leave anybody out? And you can go to unhurt players too if you like.
I'm thinking as far as, thank God we had him. I think I always put Jimmy Ward, in that category.
True.
He's the eraser, you know what I mean? And Jimmy does some great things for us, man. So I will put Jimmy Ward in that from a veteran standpoint, and being glad we had him. I'll put Trent Williams in there. and that pretty much covers both sides. And then Fred Warner, I feel like, he said he wants to be a Niner for life. So, we could put Fred in there too. Just, he's kind of for me, it's like default. And he's like one of the healthiest players we've had. And I think, we got to start looking at a lot of those things. And that's one of the things I loved about Kendrick. And as many receivers as we get, man, how many of these guys have stayed healthy throughout their careers, or at least for us? And, have we been able to really get benefits out of? Not saying that we don't out of our guys that do have some kind of injury issues here and there. Nick Bosa plays really well when he's on the field. Of course, he's top notch, player in the NFL. I would say, top 5 or shit 3. You know what I mean? He's like, but anyway, but other guys though, like DJ Jones and just, other guys that play really well when they're healthy.
Yeah.
Jawan Jennings is a dark horse for me.
I know, right? Everybody's getting excited about him.
Yeah. I'm hearing some good things, man. So I look forward to seeing, what ends up happening.
Can't wait.
Yeah, that's good. I know he needed to lose. I know he needed to work on his speed, and he needed to lose a little bit, just to pick up that speed, obviously, and then work on whatever other things he could do with his legs and, just stuff to pick up his burst. Because I think, he already had the ball, the hand-eye coordination and the talent, really. It's just the speed in the NFL and being able to, pick up that and then also stay healthy. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Jawan does. And, I think, like I said before, Jimmy, I think he's going to play the best football he's ever played, maybe in his life this year. And it's good to have him at that level. There's a lot of benefits just of everything we kind of got, how it's going this year. You know what I mean? And if Jimmy plays really well, we'll be put in a position where, wherever we end up landing, we'll be having to figure out whether we want to keep him or let him go. And then those draft picks we all talked about, we, gave up and all that real estate, we'll be getting a lot of that back. We'll get at least 3 picks, I think, back at the end of this year. But I don't want to speak too soon because we got to get through the year.
Yeah.
And
because I did that last year. Yeah. I just knew we were going to just roll. That was a great roster, though, last year. I mean, it really was.
Yeah.
Who knew there was all going to drop like...
We still won 6 games with a depleted roster, man. We look like the little Giants. Any other team would look like the little Giants. Anybody that knows about that movie, you look that up. They played really great at the end, but I'm just saying. We looked terrible. We looked like a Pee-wee squad. And we didn't play like that.
Especially that Dolphins game. That was the one. That was just awful.
Yeah, we got cleaned up, and I'll accept that. There's only a couple that I accept. And let's be clear, man. Russell Wilson plays really good, and he is going to be a Hall of Fame. He's going to get his jacket and everything. But he's made a career on the only thing he's done with us is he's made a career on off schedule. Any other time, Russ does nothing. So I'm just, I kind of looked at it.
That.
He's killed us in off schedule. If anybody looked at anything, anytime Russ has ever, Seattle's ever gotten the best of us, broken plays only. No, just running, just whipping our ass or nothing. Just old school. Look, man, we just got whooped on.
And he snuck one
maybe
in
back
on
when Sean Alexander played, you guys got lucky a couple of times like that. But when in this Russ Cook era, man, y'all go ahead and go to bed. For good.
I like
for good
that.
With
go
all
ahead,
that. With all
go
that,
to bed. Good. Hey, Alice, because here's the thing. Russell Wilson, last year doing 5-game stretch, he was the worst quarterback in the NFL. This is why I'm saying, you know what? Every now and then, you look at Russell Wilson and what he does, and just like what you just mentioned, garbage plays that got broken and everything's going all different directions, and somehow Russell Wilson finds a receiver. But for the most part, that wasn't the play the play was designed. Don't get me started on that. Alice, we ran out of time. Let's see you tomorrow, though, okay?
Yeah, no, it's all love, Ronbo. And I don't know, did you get to see just last week, man, that Niners report that Niners report thing where they asked, what was it, the team that we hate the most?
Yeah.
That you dislike the most in the NFC West?
Seattle,
you were 92%.
Who?
The Rams had 6%.
Yeah.
And the Cardinals had 2%. So go to hell. Anyway, peace and love, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscription button right now, man. We at 27K. We're trying to get to 50K.
Thanks,
and, it's Niners all day, like the homie said. And, yeah, all of that.
Thanks,
peace and
fam.
love.
Looking forward to tomorrow,
Much
Alice.
respect, brother.
Back
Always,
at you, fam. Have a good night.
All right, so come on, let's go get our pizza.
Oh, he said the magic. See, Ellis would have been a great dad. They're going to get pizza. Yeah, no, Russell Wilson, every now and then, and I got to tell you right now, Phil, and every now and then people I get a look when I say it, especially in public. Aaron Rodgers has won one title. Now I understand that he's been cheated a few times by management, but last year in that playoff game when they pulled him, that was a management fault. I don't know if LaFleur should have pulled him out in that fourth quarter, but you know what? That's Aaron Rodgers. You rode in there with him, lead, didn't let him finish. But Aaron Rodgers won one title, and he's made a lot of in big games. What's he 7-8 playoffs? Anyway, hey, Eric, I'm just saying. And Wilson showed last year. You put the ball in his hands and in his hands only. He's not necessarily going to win. Anyway, hey, Eric code 916. Just tell it. I'm just looking at numbers and I'm saying, what is that? 916 area code. Hello. 916. We are looking for 916. All right. I got 916 must be having pizza too. All right. Hey, Renzo.
Greetings from North Florida.
Renzo, good to hear from you too from North Florida. How's everything? How's the weather?
Oh, man. Sunny is all I do, brother.
I figure it's going around 85 to 90 degrees.
Ooh, yes, sir.
Yeah. Well,
how's the weather out there, my brother?
And one thing about it, it's not cold out in the west, too. That's pretty strange that it's this warm. But, fam, what are you thinking here, Renzo? Because, I'm looking at my dudes that's going to lead the charge this year. I'm looking at veterans because rookies still got to come in and see what they're worth, So, I got Nick, of course, and Jimmy. Jalen Hurd, I put him in with the vets this year because he's gotten hurt, and most of the guys I'm talking about got hurt before. Travis Benjamin didn't get hurt last year, but I somehow see him as possibly being the dude this year. He's already played with Shanahan before, so he knows what to do. And then, of course, K1 gets hurt a little bit every year. But this year's going to be funny to see how and who comes in for him. We're going to find out about that. But, hey, Renzo, man, you can name some healthy players that you think are going to lead the charge as well. Who do you expect going to be that kind of guy?
On my defensive side, I got two guys, Verrett and Bosa.
Bosa, yeah.
Those two guys are going to be the answer. Because I like Verrett because he.
Renzo, was that you?
Yo.
Did you just belch?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I thought somebody else.
No, I was just going to do.
I thought somebody else broke in and belched on you while you was talking. Go ahead.
Nah, that's just me moving around. I'm just laying in the bed being lazy.
Go ahead. You all right? All right, go ahead.
Yeah. I like Jay Verrett because I believe he's gonna be that type of dude that's gonna have quarterbacks kind of don't want to test him too often.
Yeah.
Just like Richard Sherman.
You remember his contract, right? He said, "Yeah, don't worry about paying me, man. I'm gonna get paid next year. So let's go." Yeah.
I think we're gonna pay him next year. I think that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna pay him next year.
Yes, that's what he's talking about. I love these cornerbacks who bet on themselves like that. All right, go ahead.
And Nick Bosa, I think Nick gonna have something to prove because everybody say, yeah, he's injury prone, he gets hurt. Nick gonna come out and show you hey, injuries is nothing. I still do this.
Mm-hmm. Says I may get injured, but somebody's going down before I get injured. So yeah.
Yeah. Nick Bosa's a cyborg, man.
I know, man. Dude gets hurt, comes back a few minutes later. That's a scary thing. Yeah.
And offensive side of the ball besides Jimmy, because right now I think he's gonna have a good season because we done drafted a quarterback. So now you got somebody fighting for your job. Because last year we knew when Jimmy messed up, we had Nick Mullins and C.J. Beathard. Jimmy be like, "I'll be back next game."
Well, I'll be back in a few minutes or whatever. Oh yeah, it's when he gets, especially 2018. Oh yeah, there's no worry out there.
Now he knew his job was secure. Hey, I'm good. But now he got to play because if he start messing up, they're gonna be screaming for the youngster to get in. So I think Jimmy, he see that.
Mm-hmm.
And my other person I want to go with. I think it's gonna be Brandon Ayuk. I think Ayuk gonna be that dude.
But Ayuk's not a veteran. It's pretty much sure. I got a lot of faith in him too. So the youngsters, I'm thinking I'll give them a chance. I'm looking at the guys that's been around. The guys that's the pistol packing from way back, right? Who else besides the bench guys you mentioned have been around for a while?
I'm very kind of excited about Trey Sermons, man. I'm excited about Trey coming out this backfield.
Yeah. After Coleman, because Sermon and Mostert could be a better combination than Coleman and Mostert. So, because people say, man, you ain't got to talk about Coleman, man. Dude was badass. I know he was sometimes, but there were those times when I don't know what he was thinking. So,
Yeah. So, Trey Sermons. Hey, I'm looking forward to him running with a real nasty attitude.
We got two guys like that too. Gallman is a bad boy too. And he didn't have no offensive line last year in New York, and he still piled up 600 yards. I'm interested to see who Kyle goes with to start to open the season. Is it going to be Sermon or Gallman? Because one of them's going to be the muscle that starts the game, and then most is going to come in.
Speaking of Gallman, I heard on one of your shows, didn't he have like a little problem with putting the ball on the ground?
Somebody corrected that minutes later.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody said Gallman had fumble issues even coming out of college. And then somebody said, man, Gallman does not have – he had one fumble last year. Okay. I said, what?
One thing about it, boy, he better learn who Shanahan is.
Don't
got
fumble.
That problem.
Yeah, don't do that. Matty B is still looking for jobs.
Yeah.
Hey, is he still in Miami?
You'll get shipped.
Yeah.
You'll get shipped. Hey, one thing about Shanahan, he might not say nothing to you, but when the all season comes, hey, you being
shipped. You're not
somewhere.
playing. You're out of town.
Yeah.
Renzo, we're having too much fun. Hey, we got to go, Renzo. I'll be back tomorrow looking for you. And Tuesday, because that's when the meetup will be in. All right?
Oh, yes, I'm off tomorrow. If you here tomorrow, I will be on.
All right, looking forward to that, too. All right, Renzo. Have a great night, fam.
All right, man. Be safe.
All right. There's Renzo down in North Florida. And we're going to go check back in 916, area code 916. 916. Somebody, guys, give a vocabulary, give them a dictionary or something. They've got one word. Well, they got two, delusional and scrubs. Meanwhile, they've been to how many playoffs and got turned away? And we're delusional? 916. Hey, Steven. And talk about delusional. They actually think they can get Julio with no money?
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Steven, man. We're here laughing and clowning about the Hawks that are completely strange people. And also at the same time, while we're doing that.
We're doing that shit again? All right.
They're a joke. Any late night show host that you could think of that makes you laugh, the Hawks are on almost equal plane. They're a big joke. They got one comedy line after another. They are. And so, to provide all kind of comedy relief. Seahawks, Ray, keep it going there, buddy.
Man, let me tell you something, because I was on the phone earlier, and this dude from Arizona, and Grant asked him, he goes, hey, is there anyone over there that's an actual Cardinals fan? He goes, not really. Everyone else is a Niner. So it goes to show like how powerful the 49ers are.
I still don't understand. There's one guy that used to always come in the chat and say, there's no such thing as a Cardinal fan. Those are paid, how do you put them?
So the paid fans.
Paid. He called them something else. It was so funny. That's it. Became his trademark thing. Paid observers or something like that, right? He said that's hilarious. So yeah, in fact, every one of the 49er events that they hold in Arizona, you see the cafes getting filled and bunches of people standing outside. I said, that's in Cardinalville? Wow, that's amazing. But yeah, I guess what you're saying,
I know, right?
That confirms what you just said.
Well, man, there's barely any Cardinals fans out there, man. It's hilarious, but not as hilarious as a Seattle Seahawks fan. Let me tell you something. There was no Seattle Seahawks fan when Warren Moon was QB or Matt Hasselbeck was still QB. It all started when Russell Wilson came and changed the whole look of their entire uniform. Everyone started liking him when they started wearing highlighter. So there is no real Seahawks fan.
And glitter.
I'll put it like that. Yeah, and glitter. Come on now.
Hey, don't forget about that towel, that scarf with
God, the Legion of
12
Boom
scarves.
towel.
Oh, you know what I really enjoyed?
Oh,
Remember that
Jesus
game
Christ.
that they played Camp Newton in Carolina? And Newton, one of the fans was waving that 12th flag. Newton snatches it out of her hand and throws it on the ground and steps on it. The Hawks immediately filed a complaint, and they wanted the Panthers banned out of Seattle. I said, what? Panthers in their own house when that woman threw that flag out there. It's not their fault.
Yeah. Take it with a grain of salt. Otherwise, don't go to sporting events. Plain and simple.
Hey, let's talk about some real football. Steven,
I'm more than happy about that, man.
Hey, tell me about who's going to lead the charge this year. I'm looking at the vets this year that are liable to be just complete hell this year. And I started out with 5 guys. I said Nick, of course, and Jimmy, Jalen Hurd, Travis Benjamin, and K'Wan Williams. Those guys were hurt last year, and I figured they're going to come out with a vengeance this year. You can name some healthy players. George Kittle should have been put on that list, too, because he was hurt. D. Ford, I have big fears about him. But who do you got, Steven?
So I don't want to say I've already said my comeback players. You know, I want DeMichael Hasty back. I feel like he's going to be great. River Craycraft as well. I don't know if Contavious Street is still on the team. If Contavious Street is still on the team, we need him to play. That man single-handedly retired Drew Brees from playing.
You know?
That one hit where he smacked Drew Brees and broke his ribs garnered a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And I remember that hit.
Hey, remember what he did to Tyler? Was that Kyler Murray? That's right. You're right. That was Drew Brees, and they threw a flag on that play, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said
Drew Brees is one of the other poster childs of the NFL.
I know. Remember, what's our other edge rusher that damn near killed him in one play? They've got memes about that tackle.
Jerry Hyder.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I know what you're talking about. The very original where it made his neck come out of his body.
Yeah.
That was I think it was Patrick Willis. I can't remember. It was someone.
It was the edge rusher opposite Alden. He's got that angry.
Oh my God.
He's got that angry face on all the time. Dad, it's gonna drive me nuts. Anyway,
it's gonna bother me.
Anyway,
I'm gonna go ahead. If we're talking about leading the pack, as in being the captain of the team, I'm gonna go ahead and list these 3 players: Kittle, Warner, Garoppolo. Garoppolo, and like you said earlier, Garoppolo, he's fired up.
Yeah.
He's more than ready. He does so well under pressure and under scrutiny. It's insane. And you would think he would have already been playing as well, regardless of his ankle injury, if he was scrutinized a little bit more. Instead, after the Super Bowl, he got kind of lax. He knew that his competition was Neg Mullins and C.J. Beathard, which is second to none. I mean, really, what did you have to sweat at? But now he's got Trey Lance. Now, the one thing I want to mention, though, that the discrepancy between Trey Lance and Jimmy G that I brought up to Grant Cohen earlier this morning was that the reason why Jimmy G is not sweating Trey Lance too much is because Trey Lance has a huge step when he throws to his right. That man basically does the splits before he throws the ball.
I've not heard about
insane.
That. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's insane. That's why he's very inconsistent when he throws to his right. Because he takes these super long strides.
I've seen that posted before. I thought, well, maybe one throw he maybe slipped, but if that's an ongoing thing, it's like Kyle said. I don't want to keep yelling at him about the same thing that's irritating. Oh, we were talking about Ahmad Brooks, by the way. Thanks, Gary, guys. Ahmad Brooks, that's who made the meme tackle on that poor Drew Brees. But anyway, go ahead. Give me some more why Jimmy's relaxed. Or seemingly. I doubt he is, though. Steven?
He's more confident.
Steven, you're fading in and out. Your connection went out, I guess. Steven?
Good now? Well?
Yeah, no, it's okay now. All right, go ahead. Oh, we lost
The
Steven
one thing
again.
I want to mention is because
okay, go ahead.
Okay. So the reason why I feel like Jimmy G is really comfortable in the spot.
Steven, I don't know. We there's blank spots. Steven, can you hear me? Did we lose Steven completely? I think we did. Steven? Steven, I don't know. You're not in the same place as usual tonight, are you? Yeah, because you're getting long, silent gaps.
I'm gonna lie to you, Ronbo. The reception out right now is great.
Steven, are you using Bluetooth? Steven? All right. Steven, we might have to come back tomorrow, Steven. Because your connection's really broken. All right.
Yeah, it's T-Mobile. I'm sorry, Ronbo.
Okay.
I think I have to come in tomorrow.
The T-Mobile people, hey! All right. We'll see tomorrow, Steven. Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow, Ronbo. Like I say, Jimmy G's going to lead charge because he's too comfortable and he knows everything in his playbook right now. Trey Lance is coming in new. He's young boy.
And
That's it. I'm going to leave it at that.
Well, that's a good point, too. All right, fam. Have a great night.
All right, Ronbo. You have a good night. All right. Bye.
Thanks. All right. Yeah, Alan, thanks, Alan. Ahmad Brooks, exactly. Well, Ahmad Brooks was the most angriest face in the NFL. That's why I used to love him so much. Brooks came in with a game face. And we were sitting on the bench not doing nothing. Brooks always had a game face on, you know? And when he came into play, dude was just mean and nasty. I always loved that dude. Any fights on the field took place, I bet you nobody went after Ahmad. Hey, area code 916.
Ronbo.
Yes, and what's this?
Ronbo.
Hello? Yeah, yes. And what is your name?
Lenny.
Lenny?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Lenny. Lenny, come on in, man.
Big fan, Ronbo. Big fan. Appreciate what you do for all the 49er faithful, but I got to say, you know, my sleeper is Jalen Hurd this year. I think he's really going to surprise everybody.
Hey, mine too. I'm telling you, I really hope he can stay on the field. That's all it's going to take, Lenny. I think that's all it's going to take. Just get out of preseason and let's go.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that lineup: Debo, Ayuk, and then you got Jalen Hurd, and then Kittle. I mean, that lineup in itself is Super Bowl ready. I'm not even worried about Julio coming.
Oh God, yes. Hey, Lenny, you know what's good about Hurd? Hurd's a good blocker. And what does Kyle Shanahan's offense do best when they got a wide receiver that can block? Oh, they really – and Kendrick Bourne did a good job, more than he gets credit for doing that. But Hurd, he can outplay Kendrick as far as blocking goes. This is what he does.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Hurd looks for the contact. He's not afraid of contact. He likes to hit, and I love that about him.
Dante Johnson hates him for that. Dante! Remember that first year? Him and Dante Johnson got in a fight, and they had to ask Jalen to take it easy. Lenny, can you imagine? I'm a football player, and they asked the dude that's beating my butt to give me a break. Hey, Coach, that's not what I said. Coach, the play was over, and this dude is still blocking down on me. What? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I mean that guy definitely is not afraid of contact, and that's what we need out there. We need guys that want to hit, you know, and aren't afraid to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had to let Pettis go. Pettis, he was too soft.
God, wasn't he?
He was afraid to get hit. You know, we need
Definition
guys
of
like
soft.
Hurd and Debo, physical guys, and we'll be fine. You know, I expect a big year from Jimmy. I mean, the fire is underneath him right now. He's feeling the heat, but I think that's going to make him perform, and I think he'll do well.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, you got Trey Sermon. There's another good running back. I need guys that can protect the quarterback. You got Gallman. There's another guy that's got enough size to protect the quarterback. Because a lot of times we had some small – remember Matty B? If Matty B was there in a play and the only guy back there to save Jimmy or whoever was quarterback, it was going to be a 50-50 situation. I mean,
Exactly.
Frank, 'cause remember Frank Gore? Frank didn't care
Oh, of course.
how big the dude coming in. Frank's not going anywhere. And when you come down here, Frank's got something for you. That's the kind of running back. Man, Frank was scary. That dude wasn't big enough to be knocking big dudes down like he used to. I love it. So we got another guy like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We need to have a guy like that in the backfield. I mean, Burrito was a little on the small side. You know, I kind of am concerned about Moster's size, but I mean, with Moster, if he gets a lane, he's gone. Ain't nobody catching that guy.
That's what he does, yeah. And you don't want to start him. That's why you got Sherman and Gallman in there, and let Moster come in and get them while they're on their heels. That's Kyle's plan, I can tell already. And he may go a long time with Gallman.
Yeah, but I
and
honestly
Sherman.
think Kyle's going to utilize Juszczyk this year a lot more. I think we're going to see a lot more plays designed for him.
I keep forgetting about Juice. That's another guy that's going to lead the team. Lenny,
Yep.
God, we haven't said a thing about Juice tonight. Juice.
Yeah,
that's the
Juice,
guy that's going to have a good
Juice is
season,
the man.
too.
I'm telling you, Juice is going to surprise everybody this year. He's going to have a big year.
It won't be a surprise. And that's what he does. And I want to see him receiving more, too.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. I want to see him more catching the ball. I mean, he's a huge threat, and I don't see how we don't talk about him more because that guy is. I mean, he's awesome.
Because he's a blue collar worker out there. You just don't. Those guys never get enough credit. And in fact, the 2-yard line, I used to wonder, Coach, why are you giving that ball to Mostert when you got a fullback that can make that happen? But now, you got a fullback, you got Sherman, you got Gallman. We're coming in. If we're 2 yards out from the end zone, we're coming in. Running behind.
Yeah,
Alex
I wouldn't worry about
Mack.
our defense. Our defense is going to be fine. I mean, as long as we stay healthy, that's really the biggest thing. Staying healthy, and we'll be fine.
I know. I can't wait till the goal line stands. Lenny, that's going to be hilarious. 49ers at the 3-yard line. Is it going to be any problem? I can make this call from here. I can hear the booth announcers now. And sure enough, there it is. That's why they got Trey Sherman.
Sir.
He sneaks in underneath, and 49ers now score 21-3 against the Hawks, who don't know what hit them here in the first quarter, as we got 4 minutes to go in the first. Yeah! Ha!
Yes, sir. Well, Ronbo, hey, man, I know you got a lot of callers coming in, but I just wanted to, let you know we appreciate what you do, and
Thanks,
go
Lenny.
Niners. We're going to be fine this year.
That's right. Appreciate you, family. Lenny, get back here. I'll be back tomorrow if you got some time. It's holiday weekend. Looking for you. All right.
Definitely. I listen to you all the time.
Thanks,
So I'll
Lenny.
talk to you again.
All right, looking forward. Good night, Lenny.
Let's go. Niners!
Yes. There it goes. There's Lenny. And my mistake. And the 49ers leading 27-3 here in the first quarter. What the Hawks have got to do is figure out a way. They're still in this game. The Hawks got to do is try to stop the 49ers on their next drive and maybe swing the momentum a little bit before they get to the half. 49ers have last two teams they've had down in the first half. The percentages of them winning have been pretty high. But they remember Russell Wilson's on the field. And then the camera pans over to Russell Wilson's face and like, talking to Pete Carroll. Hawks, you suck. Hey, Tony, come on in, man. Tony. Oh, Tony. Atlanta, GA Tony. Joseph Smiley, boy, there he is, boy. Guys, don't give Joe Smiley not one iota of a break. Hey, Shay.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Shay, man, other than clowning the Hawks, I'm sitting there, man, we're just putting a spotlight on some of our vets that are going to kick. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, I said I picked out injured players from last year who are going to come back, to get up and rise out of the ashes like a phoenix and lead this team. But you know what? It's fun to think about some guys that didn't get hurt last year, like Juice. I don't know what I was thinking about forgetting about Juice. But I got 5 guys that got hurt last year other than Travis Benjamin, who opted out, but he wasn't there last year. But, yeah, I'm looking at, of course, Jimmy and Nick. And then you got everybody's favorite guy to succeed this year, Jalen Hurd. And as I mentioned, Travis Benjamin. And, of course, K'Wan Williams. K'Wan gets hurt a lot. But Tyler Lockett hates K'Wan Williams, as does Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
And Larry's not crazy about K'Wan either. Do you notice the slot is kept out of the equation when K'Wan Williams is on the field every Sunday, every Thursday, every Monday, anytime we play? If you're supposed to be a badass slot, K'Wan says, look at him, man. You ain't going to build no reputation today, because I don't play that. I love it.
No, yeah, Ronbo. There's a lot of guys, a lot of guys coming back healthy, thankfully. Obviously I think with the Jeff Wilson injury, everybody kind of got scared. He would have been like my sleeper. I would have said Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson and maybe Gallman might have been fighting for the most carries, depending on, how Moser holds up. But I really do think Jeff Wilson's a workhorse. But now I think you're just going to have to give that to Trey Sermon as a rookie. But, just the injury of Jeff Wilson, it was just kind of like shocking. I guess they said he stood up in the locker room, rotated one time, and bam, significant meniscus tear, which is kind of scary. And, Ronbo, we always play around on the show, man, about maybe they're on some type of Indian burial ground, or I don't know, man.
I tell you, Shay, I believe in that stuff.
It's really freaky stuff that it's just these injuries consistently happen, man. And, it really is it's just unfortunate. And, when you see that, you're like, damn, well, that's already starting off, training camp hasn't even started, it was voluntary workouts and we were already getting injuries. People are already, out for majority of the year. So, that would have been one of my guys. What I've been, I think Jeff Wilson takes, the top off, and I think he becomes a bolt carrier now. But now I think, with him being out, I think they said, 5 or 6 months. I think he's just gonna, sit the whole season out, and maybe try to come back next year. But
might as well.
Yeah, at that point, might as well. So, but obviously, Jimmy, I think is the front runner to take the biggest leap. And then, Nick Bosa is second. I'm so happy for, the return that, Nick Bosa's, slowly coming back. But like I said, just ease that man into it. He's a generational talent. And, he just slowly got to, bring Bosa back along and, on a snap count or what have you and stuff like that. And, I would say D Ford too. I would say D Ford would be another veteran that. But
everybody wants to say that. Come on, D. Oh.
He's not working out. I still don't think he's going to play this year, man. I think that there's something wrong that, they're hiding out. But, the way the contracts work out, they got to keep, prolonging him here so that we can keep opening up money for people. But, right now, I would definitely say I'm looking for, I know Jason Verrett wasn't hurt, but I'm looking for him to build upon his year last year, man. I'm looking like, an all-pro, Pro Bowl level, once, he gets Bosa rushing and, Javon Kinlow's progressing and Armstead and that whole line is beefed up again with the additions to, Maurice Hurst and, we brought back DJ and all those guys. We signed Ibukum. I'm looking at him to take another step, Ronbo. I know he had a solid year, but I'm looking at, all pro level, Pro Bowl level. I think, Verrett has, if he can stay healthy, he has the talent, Ronbo. We've seen it, he has the talent, he has the technique, he's sound. For him to, lock up, the number one receiver on any team at any given time. And so I'm looking at him to take the next step on defense. And then for offense, immediately, I love Ayuk, but I'm going for Debo, man. I'm looking at Debo to at least have a 900-yard receiving season and, at least a 300 to 400-yard rushing season, as the swift army knife weapon, whatever they call him, the X Factor. I'm looking at him to take that next step too, but no barring, hamstring injuries or whatnot. But him, being able, to be the rookie that we had, and then last year being out, but him to take that next step on offense would be a tremendous help for not just Trey Lance, but anybody. Jimmy throwing the ball, anybody, to have that dual threat, that run game type of wide receiver with, pass game, that the Yak Bros and him and Kittle, and now Ayuk adding to the addition is something that I'm looking for. So Miles are on Debo for offense and Verrett for defense to, take those bigger leaps, So.
And, the thing is, what do you think about Contavious Street? This brought to my attention a few minutes ago. That smackdown he put on Drew Brees, that was, I think his knee, it takes a little while to get over that, an injury that he had sustained. I think the injury is behind him now. I look for Street, and I think, Shea, we may have something there on certain plays.
Yeah. I like Street, Ronbo. He's been in the system for a while now. I think he's going on year 4 or 5 now. I know 4. That he significantly tore his ACL when I think it was training. He was doing something, he was doing a workout with a team and he tore it or something like that. I remember, and he's been here for a while. So I think Kusteric, could coach anybody up, and I have seen some flashes in him, Ronbo. I'm just hoping he gets the playing time that he needs, because I know
to display that
exactly to exploit his his talent, because interior wise we're really stacked. But Rumble, I mean, there's a bunch of guys, because I'm thinking too they signed Ronnie Blair back, and I'm curious to see what that knee looks like after having 2 years off.
I know,
he didn't come back last year like he was supposed to, and then he tore it week 8 of 2019. So hopefully he's fully healthy, and we can see what we got in him, because if he is a resurgence, Rumble, or if he was producing what he was when he was previously not injured, Rumble, we might have something in that D-line, because he was a threat. He was averaging 4 to 5 sacks, and if we can get that from him again,
playing
that's
half
tremendous.
a season, he was going on, and that means losing Kerry Hyder wouldn't really have any real impact, because you got that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great point. That is a great point. Yeah. So hopefully with that, but I know we got to go, Ronbo, but shout out to my team, guys. Ronbo, shout out to production, and shout out to you, brother, and thank you for being on. Hopefully tomorrow, I don't know, Memorial Day, I think
I know it's going to be hard. I'm going to slide in probably late, but yeah, we still got to get together
a lot of people barbecuing and stuff.
I know,
I know you're going to crack a couple cold ones open.
Yes, indeed. You're taking naps that you didn't even know you was taking. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. There you go.
Pass it out.
Fake. There you go, Ronbo. All right, Ronbo, you take it.
All right, Jay. I'll see you.
God bless you. All right.
I got you, fam. Night. Oh, God. 49er fan since 1983. Come on in here. Get in here. 49er
What up, Ronbo?
Hey.
It be Mike.
Mike. Hey, Mike.
I ain't called in for a few days, man. Work's been holding me up. I wake up too late. I work nights, so I figured I'd call in for the Zoom tonight.
And Mike, I'm glad you did, because I'm loving that helmet, man.
Yeah, this is how I watch games, dude. I can protect my head because I'd be beating on my head.
And I like the front gear too, because how long ago did you get that helmet?
Oh, I'm 38.
I mean,
I was born in '83.
Where'd you find that?
I've been a Niners fan since '88.
No. You were a Niner fan in '83. Upon conception, you were a Niner fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. you got it. 49er fans are born. Hawks fans are recruited. See, because
we bleed
there was no such thing as a Hawks fan in 2012, 2011, 10. You know what I'm saying? Now
that's why they don't have channels like this, because they're all bandwagon boys.
they're running around.
Clown boy.
Oh God! And they're running around going on other successful units, making noise. So But Mike, I'm looking at some of the stars this year, the veterans we got, and I've named a few. Nick's going to be Nick. I get the feeling Nick Bosa's that kind of guy. If he takes any time off, look out when he comes back, right? Jimmy G has been embarrassed. He's been insulted. He's been every nasty thing you can say, and he remains cool and calm. You see him in press conferences. He never says anything derogatory. He never says anything, but you could tell he's New England bred, right? And then, of course, you've got actually Travis Benjamin. I give Benjamin a green light because I think he's going to be special because of his unique quality. He's about the fastest guy we're going to have on the field. And then K'Wan Williams, the guy who says there is no slot in the NFL that's going to give me a hard time. Say, Mike, I look at Eric Armstead, some of the other guys around the team. They're not hurt because I picked out all hurt guys. I guess you could put George Kittle on that because George gets hurt a lot. But George, everybody knows George is going to dominate. Name some guys that you like, or else amplify the guys I just mentioned that you know are going to be in the front of the pack this year, leading that charge.
Well, I'm kind of excited to see what Ubicom's going to do.
Oh, good point.
I like they're saying, I don't think D Ford's going to do much.
God,
we're
all going to be so.
Like you were talking about Ahmad Brooks earlier. If he could be half of what Ahmad Brooks was, we'd be.
God, I know. Ibukam or no, D is a different beast, but yeah, Ibukam.
So, how do you feel about our linebacking core? Because obviously we got Fred. I think Greenlaw's getting better, but other than that, nobody really proven. Like we had that.
But last
undrafted guy last year, that speedster.
That's why they're looking for linebackers now. But what's his name? Alshear. What'd you think about him last year?
I don't know. I didn't
see a couple of plays that he misread.
But I don't think we have Noscheka as a sub guy or anything. So we signed that Burgess guy, but I don't know really enough about him.
Thing is, Mike, does it concern you that they're actually looking at those older guys? Maybe they don't have any faith in Flanagan, Foles, and Alshar.
It's hard to say. I think right now we're just looking for some depth because you know how with training camp they sign guys and then also they'll cut them a couple weeks later.
No, it's how heartbreaking. Can you imagine?
So we had a whole bunch. Who else was trying out? Brandon Marshall was trying out.
I know. I don't know what to think about that.
Did you see this? This thing, Brandon Jacobs trying to come back as a DE.
Yeah, and he said, "How did you put it? He's
I'm a better athlete than Tebow. If he can come back, someone just needs to give me a shot."
If I'm Tebow, I'd have to tweet something back. Well, you know what? You can come on up to Jacksonville and we can go some one-on-one if you want. I'm the kind of guy I'd probably see that kind of tweet and I'd have to say something. I couldn't stand it. Dude's going to come out of nowhere and just abuse me.
If somebody does sign him and then for whatever reason, the stars align, ends up being a team that the Jaguars play and he lines up with Tebow trying to block him.
That's the comedy. That's late night comedy show stuff, man.
Yeah, dude. I think Bosa is going to have a breakout year.
Oh God, yes. But he already had a breakout year. He started out with a breakout year. Bosa's going to be.
If Jimmy G can just match that play that he played in 2019, and our O-line being upgraded, sky's the limit, Ronbo.
I know. I look for Jimmy G. They say that second year with Kyle Shanahan is usually your best year. Jimmy's had a scattered 2017. That wasn't really that doesn't count. He had a bunch of rehearsed plays. 2018, he goes in for 3 games. Okay. 2019, we go to the Super Bowl. 2020, of course, you know what happened. So Jimmy G, for all intents and purposes, this will be his second go-around. If he can just stay out there the entire season, we might see something we didn't expect. So
I think our cornerbacks are going to be better too because, in 2019, Mosley was still really new.
Yeah.
So he's kind of fitting in. He got a contract. He's going to be out there to prove it.
Remember Mosley? Actually, Mike, do you remember that Mosley probably had the best technique as a cornerback? The guy's got talent. I don't know why they didn't draft him. When you look at him, he's not so bad. There's guys drafted in the 3rd and 4th round that aren't as good as Mosley. So he just got missed. I think he got injured or something, or one of those kind of guys. But that play that he put on DK Metcalf, that was textbook. That's the kind of thing in high school the coach shows you. He put himself in the right position. He fully extended, timed it just right, knocks the ball down just before it goes to the receiver's hand. You can work on that play in practice every day, and everybody will laugh. Dude, man, what kind of anticipation was that? You get the guy start heckling you. He did that perfectly. I said, you know what? This guy can play. So I like Mosley. So
yeah, he's way better than the old Seahawks cornerbacks. They're going to have some struggles. Russell Wilson, though, he's going to get a lot of passing yards this year because he's going to be playing behind, down 21, down 14 every game. So. Got that to look forward to, Seahawks fans. Woo.
That's why I always tell people, you look at a quarterback that's got all these yards. I said, you know what? When you're playing from behind every week, of course you're putting the ball up on every play.
Yeah, Dak Prescott, he threw for 400 yards. Woo!
All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, did they win? No. Remember that Jared Goff game when he threw for about 400 yards? Or more than that, I think. Jameis Winston.
I remember the game when he threw for about 38 yards.
Super Bowl.
No, it was that week. Well, I don't know what it was. Week 5 or something.
Oh, that goes without saying.
Yeah.
You know.
And then last season we beat him with Debo running the ball.
And they hate
so they couldn't even stop one player. Debo took over the game on sweeps.
God.
So
I love it. I'd run that sweep all day long against the Hawks, just until.
Well, Cardinals are still the only ones that worry me, honestly.
I know, right? I've been saying that for since last year. Mike,
did they do anything to their offensive line? Oh, sorry.
No, you know what? I don't think so. Actually.
Yeah, so he's just Russell Wilson Jr. He's gonna be running around. That's what they're banking
broken
on.
Plays and throwing for 5,000 yards and still lost. You know. Hey, Mike, great to see you zoom in. I love when people zoom in, man. We'll be back tomorrow. Zoom on in here tomorrow, will you?
I will. All right, fam. Niners faithful. Shout out to the production. Shout out to you, Ronbo. Bring that energy, baby.
Hey, thanks.
Let's go!
See, that's the kind of guy. Mike's the guy you want to sit next to in the games. Night, Mikey.
Dude, I can't wait to watch you watch the games, the live reactions, baby. Live for it.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate your
See ya.
Great Memorial Day weekend. Looking forward to tomorrow, too. Night. Oh, God. It's good. Hey, Tony, Atlanta, GA Tony.
Bo, sorry I missed you the first time. I was upstairs.
It's okay, Tony. It's a holiday weekend, man. Were you up there tending to festivities or things getting on this weekend?
Just taking it slow. I'm gonna spend the day with my father-in-law and my wife tomorrow. He usually grills, barbecues over there, so I'm gonna go over there.
And Tony, I used to get a kick out of my dad thought that his barbecue sauce was the best barbecue sauce in the world. Is this a disease? And I call it disease because my dad, I used to taste his barbecue sauce and taste other people's barbecue sauce. And I used to make the mistake, I don't know, Dad, you know what? This has got that little zest. What? Boy, you don't know what you're talking about. That ain't, I wouldn't get that sauce to the dogs. People make their own barbecue sauce, take it real personally.
Yeah, I'm expert.
Tony, go ahead.
I'm the expert.
Yeah. So, as long as I can still feel my mouth and doesn't go numb, because, some people think trying to burn your face off is the answer, or that's a touch of excellence. I hate that. But, Tony, hey, you know what, Tony? Now it looks like Julio's got 3 choices. I mean, because Julio, you're right there where you can hear everything that's going on. Is Julio staying in Atlanta? You know what? Tony, tell the truth. Because I'm telling 49er fans, look, man, you know what? Julio ain't coming in here, y'all. Julio ain't leaving Atlanta. Julio's just pushing him for something. I don't know what it could be, but if Julio was leaving, he would have left by now. So.
Well, the Falcons would be smart. They can't do anything till after June 1st to save money. That's why he's still there now. But June 1st is Tuesday. So starting Tuesday, that's when the fire is going to start as far as where it's going. But, Ronbo, I have heard some rumors last night. I hear that Philly's entering the Julio sweepstakes. And Philly has a lot of draft capital. They got 3 first-rounders next year, 2 seconds, because they traded with you guys. They got another 2 first-rounders in 2023 because of the Carson Wentz trade.
You know what? Who's a GM in Atlanta?
Fontenot. But if they trade
that's right.
Julio there,
the
New Orleans guy.
He's on his way to Philly.
But
he is.
I'm going to tell you this, Julio and his agent will be pissed if he goes to Philly because Julio wants to win, and they ain't winning no time soon in Philly.
That's why I said he didn't want to go to Dallas.
Yeah.
Jerry!
There's 2 other teams in the Julio sweepstakes, but one of them said they wanted them. Then I hear they withdrew. They don't have nothing to give them. and that's the LA Rams.
Somebody made a joke about that a minute ago, and I just laughed because I said, I know there's no way in hell that the Rams are calling anywhere into the Georgia area for what? You're like, no, you guys don't have anything.
Because they said Jalen Ramsey and a couple other guys will restructure their contract to get them, but the Rams cap is messed up so bad, almost as bad as ours. They can't afford Julio.
And they don't have. What are they going to offer? What are they going to give you?
They haven't made an offer. They just said they wanted them. So you can forget about them. And the other team, the one that I heard this evening, was the Seattle Seahawks.
You know, it's like my dad used to always say. It used to make me mad every time I asked him for some money when I was a little kid. Daddy, I said, well, you know what? People in hell want ice water. So, you know. So, you know, that's what they're doing in L.A. and Seattle. There's no way.
No. They got DK Metcalf and other guys. It'll
Tyler
be a crowded.
Tyler Lockett.
Lockett. It'll be crowded. I can't see them going to Seattle. I can see you guys, New England, the Chargers, or who's that other team?
Baltimore.
Indy don't have any first-round picks or second-round picks, so it can't be Indy.
You know, I don't know that none of the teams in contention have a first-round pick.
Chargers do.
Oh, yeah. Are the Chargers contenders? If I'm Julio, I examine that thoroughly. Although he doesn't have a no-trade clause, does he?
I don't know. That I don't know. I know he said he wanted to go somewhere where he'll win. Well, you only got 2 or 3 years left. You ain't winning with the Chargers. Any LA team. So
maybe your front office is thinking, well, you know what? He's done a lot of great things for us. Let's try to honor that wish for him and not send him somewhere he doesn't want to go.
Well, I don't know what the front office is doing, but as far as the fans, Ronbo, man, I told you about Falcons fans, man.
I know.
60% of them are brain dead.
Yeah.
Now they got bad blood, talking about burning this jersey. I put in a comment, I'm like, look, Julio gave us 10 great years. Playing hurt, playing half, 60%, and he still balled out, and now y'all want to turn on him because he wants to leave? He's not the first guy that wants to leave. I said, calm down. We just got to move forward. Are you a real Falcons fan? That's what they're saying to me. I'm like, yes, I'm a real Falcons fan. But the man doesn't want to be here anymore.
I mean, we think alike on that. Tony, it's hard for me to be not loyal to a player that's gotten things done at least once. That's why I'm a huge Jimmy fan, because you know what? We looked like ass before he came. And that's why all of a sudden everybody wants to turn on him because he's had a little bad luck with injuries. I said, I don't feel that. I'm not like that, I just can't do it. So,
We just got to move forward, because I think the Tennessee Titans are going to struggle without their former offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith, who's our new head coach. They're going to take a step back.
Yeah.
And they want Julio with DJ Brown and Julio Jones. But we're going to see this week, because after the first, we're going to see something should get done.
That's that magical June 1st. That's that deadline where people can actually save money, put up. It's going to be put up or shut up, Philly, or whoever they're talking to. But like you're saying, Julio is not going to be happy going to Philadelphia. There's nothing going on in Philadelphia that's going to, that's just, whoa.
They got those draft picks, though, Ronbo.
I know. That's good for Atlanta, but not good for Jones. Yeah, so.
And fans are saying that we should trade them to somebody like the Jets or Houston. They're bitter.
Yeah.
They're bitter, man.
Yeah.
I don't see that.
Yeah. So that's anger. All right. Well, Tony, as usual, good stuff. I'll be back tomorrow between eating and having a good time and slipping away. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be back in here conducting 49er football tomorrow. If you got a chance, get on in here, will you?
Yes, sir. Ronbo, I just want to say real quickly that one of your earlier callers said it. Ronbo, you are the best, man. And I'm a fan, but I love talking with you. You are very, very, very professional. We have fun in your chat, and your 49ers faithful. You guys are class acts.
Hey, chat, check it out. Tony is the class act. Tony, thanks a lot. All right. You're welcome back, and anytime. I'll see you tomorrow if you get a chance.
I'll talk to you on Monday Night Raw, Memorial Night.
All right. Good night, Tony.
Take care.
You too. There he goes. See, Rudy, you could learn from Tony. Joseph Smiley, nothing can help you. You need to see a therapist and get you some medication. Take it 3 times a day. And take Seahawks Rain with you down there, too. If you guys can, try to step on every manhole cover on the street, and maybe we can just be done with your ass. Hey, Jesus!
Ronbo! Long time no see, my brother.
Each
time I get the notification, man, the PIN number's off.
Hey, so because we don't do the app anymore. So yeah, you're supposed to you get those notifications from YouTube. So Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
But you know what?
But
you can pretty much believe
man.
I'm gonna be on Sundays, Mondays, and this week it's gonna be Tuesday because the reporter's gonna be in the camp. Let's see, Fridays, of course. Yeah. So anyway, hey, so the fact of the matter is, great to hear from you, man. Give a shout out to your boys, man, because they probably missed you too.
Man, I'd like to give a shout out to my brother Eddie E. I'd like to give a shout out to Chad Garrison, Tommy H, my boy Ray Jr., and shout out to my new homie Don Levito. Not Don Bird, man. That Lions fan that hasn't seen his Lions win anything his whole life. You know what I'm saying?
That takes a lot of balls. A Lions fan. That is amazing, isn't it?
A Lions fan, Ronbo, when he has to see his whole team lose from the beginning of his life since the Super Bowl era, all I gotta say is that, what do you gotta say about the Niners when you witness your team lose every year? When your organization wasted Barry Sanders and Megatron.
I know, right? Some of the greatest offensive weapons in NFL history. Hey, it's so funny. Have the Vikings? The Vikings haven't won a Super Bowl yet either, have they? So you got Detroit.
They haven't won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Neither have the Chargers, and you know what? Let me tell you, there was
there.
a Chargers fan in here. There was a Chargers fan in here, and I'd have put his ass in his place. I'd have put him to bed early too.
I saw somebody say hi. That was you, 49ers Empire. That was you talking to him. I was laughing at that conversation. I saw that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ronbo, you know what I'm saying, man? I had to put these people in their places because they forget that the 49ers is arguably the greatest franchise of all time. You know what I'm saying? We're top 5 for sure. We're top 5 for sure.
Well,
That's all I got to say.
And if your franchise has nothing to fall back on as far as a legacy, there's no legacy marks.
Top 3 for sure.
Yeah, how do you jump in a 49ers chat and have license to say anything?
When you had to wait 41 years to win the Super Bowl, given by the NFL, the Seahawks, and you come in here and you're talking that trash just because you guys have been slightly more relevant, like you guys struggled to beat a trash 49ers team last year. Sorry, I'm not going to say we were trash. I want to say that we were injured.
The fourth quarter, Jesus. You're right. God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all I got to say is that you coming in here, you're talking about my 49ers team. I was going to put you on blast, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm right here talking to the GOAT Ronbo. You know what I'm saying? We're out here. We're out here putting names out here. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say is that my team is arguably top 3 greatest franchise of all time. We got the greatest quarterback of all time, Joe Montana. Joe Montana didn't need to cheat to win 4 Super Bowls. That's all I got to say.
There you go.
Period. Bill Walsh, better than Belichick. I don't care what people say. You guys can at me, whatever. I don't care. We go 0-17. Hey, I'm still going to be red and gold to the day I'm dead. Cold. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's what it means to be a 49er fan. Tell him, Jesus. Tell him. Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what's funny, Ronbo? The Seahawks, they go to playoffs almost every single year, right?
Yeah.
But tell me why they ain't contenders and the 49ers are. And we didn't go to playoffs.
See, because when we go, we're not playing. The Seahawks are just going because this is what they do. They're a regular season team. There's a lot of franchises, a lot of different sports. They always tear it up in the regular season, but when it comes crunch time, you'll never see them.
Oh, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the healthy 49ers team, I feel bad for the NFC West. You think that you guys barely made it out alive with second and third string players. Imagine when we have Nick Bosa back. Yeah. Imagine D Ford really on the field. You know, all I got to say is that, hey, you know, the 49ers are we finna be there this year. You know, hey, even if we don't go to playoffs this year, Ronbo, I know that the Niners are gonna do better than the Rams.
Okay, you know, that's
The Rams have a lot of these people fooled, and I want to put them in their place. Matt Stafford has no playoff experience. Jimmy Garoppolo at least does.
The only team from that division, you got Chicago, Detroit, Minnie, and Green Bay. But how many trophies have they won? You see, the Packers, I'm starting to be unfearful of saying, is Aaron Rodgers as great as people make him out to be? Because, you know, you should have won more than one trophy.
Aaron Rodgers was NFL MVP this year, Ronbo, and he didn't win the Super Bowl.
I know, right?
You know?
This is not the first time Aaron Rodgers, I'm starting to think he's another regular season guy. And we had a guy calling, I think a Seahawks fan. Hey, how about it was Grayson. You know, how about a trade with Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson? Now that I think about it, yeah, no difference there. Both of them like to win during the regular season and get booted in the playoffs.
Right.
I like Aaron though, but you know, you got to do more than once.
You know what's crazy? That Mahomes has done more in his short time career than Aaron Rodgers has. I'm gonna throw that out there. Patrick Mahomes already played more Super Bowls than Aaron Rodgers has. You know, Aaron Rodgers is good. Aaron Rodgers is great. But you know, I feel like Mahomes might have a better career than Aaron Rodgers.
We'll find out.
If you want to, you know, either Mahomes, once he gets paid, and you know he doesn't really care about it no more, and he's all about the paper. You know, hey, that's probably going to be Mahomes because hey, they got exposed really bad by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No,
but all I got to say is that hey, Aaron Rodgers has barely been healthy and. You know, he's a little injury prone too, but Aaron Rodgers, if he's so great, why hasn't he taken the Packers back to the bowl?
I think you know what? Aaron's done so much bad things now to Green Bay. I think he becomes the Jeopardy full-time host. And by the way, Patrick Mahomes has already declared 20. He wants to be the first team to go 20-0. So he plans on going without one loss this season, putting a target on the Chiefs for the rest of the season. I love it. Every team's going to play their ass off to get at his ass. Hey, so this is almost as fun as talking about the 49ers. We're out of time.
Right. You know, thank you for taking my call. Ronbo, I truly appreciate you. You know, you're the GOAT. You're the GOAT that does this. You know, thank you for making this platform for us, man.
Thanks,
you know, God bless you, bro. And all I got to say, man, Quest for 6, Niners all day.
Tell you. Jesus, please don't make me wait to hear from you again so long. Well, I'll be back tomorrow looking for you. All right?
All right, my brother. I'll try to call in. Thank you again.
Hey, night, Jesus.
All right. You have a good night.
You too, fam. Hey, Eric. Eric, Joseph Smiley's doing the math. It's been 3 decades since you scrubs won anything. Here. Almost on cue. Here comes Patrick McChoke. He says, delusional show with scrub caller. What else is new? Patrick, I didn't even know you were paying attention tonight. I didn't know you were. Fam, has the Mahomes child been in there the whole time? I didn't know that. You guys killed me. You got one trophy, Patrick. One. Between you and the Chiefs, you got 2. And the Rams, that's a 0. If you turn it around, 20. What? Eric, get in here.
What's up, Ronbo?
That's still in St. Louis. Rams is not L.A. Rams. That championship was the greatest show on turf. The joke in L.A. is the biggest joke on turf. Hey, Eric. Yes. What's up, fam?
What's up, Ronbo?
Eric, man, I don't know. We've gotten off track tonight and pretty much spent more energy than we should on a bunch of comics. So let's talk some real football. Eric, I mentioned 5 guys that got hurt last year that I figured going to come out of the gate looking crazy this year. Nick Bosa, Jimmy G, Jalen Hurd. Everybody. Hey, Eric, Jalen Hurd, it's going to be so funny if Hurd is ready to play this year and goes the whole season. Watch Hurd be that player that by week 10, the 49ers drafted Jalen Hurd. He's been in, this is his 3rd year. But who knew that this Jalen Hurd, who now with that catch pretty much leads the NFL in receptions and yards after the catch, and he's not even their main yak guy. I can see it now. Oh, Eric. And K'Wan Williams is on that list, the guys that got hurt too much and are going to come back next year. And I put Travis Benjamin as that sneaky guy that's going to make a big difference and make that 49 offense function a little differently than it has for the last couple of seasons. Eric, name some guys, some of the veterans that you think are going to really kick some butt this year.
I think. Oh, well, obviously, I think Jalen Hurd is going to have to make a difference. This is his prove it year, but I think the guy that's going to make a difference is it's going to be Ross Dwelly. It has to be Ross Dwelly.
Good call. Another guy that doesn't get any real respect. Yes, he got bigger too.
He's tied in too right now, and he has to take the smoke off Kittle.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed a lot of people that say they want Julio Jones. I mean, I want Julio Jones, but we forget that we signed Juice to what was it, 5 years?
Yeah, I think so.
If we're taking Julio, we're most likely running 3 wide receivers, and that excludes Juice off the field.
Mm-hmm. And then you relegate Juice to nothing more than blocking. And actually, McDaniel and Juice are close, right? Our new offensive OC. I think you're going to see more Juice this year, Eric, than normal.
Mm-hmm. If we trade for Julio, there was no point in signing Juice because Ross Dwelly, last year did.
Mm-hmm.
What was it, 2019? I forgot. But he did similar to what Juice was doing.
Yeah, well, he had to when Juice got hurt that time. And he did a pretty good job too.
Yeah.
But
he did.
Dwelly's going to arrive this year too.
I have this bold prediction right now. This is like a hot take for me. I know a lot of people are going to get mad.
No.
A lot of people are going to get mad. Well, I think. I don't know. This might be a good thing. But I have a feeling Trey Sermon will be RB1 by the end of the season.
There's no shock in that. He's already tearing up in camp. There's no
I have a
pads yet.
feeling he's going to be the RB1. I just have a feeling. I don't know what it is with that guy, but just something tells me that guy's going to be great. I don't know what it is.
Hey, Grant Cohn saying good things about him already. Said he's deceptively fast and balance is just stupid. So you know what? He's going to do the Tevin Coleman role. He's got to get past Wayne Gallman Jr. though, because Gallman's got a lot of experience in the NFL. We'll see, because somebody's got to do the Tevin Coleman role. Mostert is not going to start.
Yeah, but I think with the Wayne Gallman situation, aren't they fighting for like the second spot, or is Gallman got that locked up?
I don't know.
Because I have does Gallman have any familiarity with the system?
No, I don't. He shouldn't. He's been in New York. Sermon, Sermon. If Sermon, he can be Gallman out. Yeah, I imagine that's going to be because those are the Brute brothers, Gallman and Jones. I mean Sermon. They're the guys who are going to pave the way and to start open the game because I think Shanahan likes to do that formula. And then of course Mostert comes in all of a sudden, and as soon as the defensive line starts, rest on their knees. Jesus Christ! Damn! He was right there. Why did you grab him, dude? I saw a blur. That was Mostert.
Freaking lightning passing by me.
Oh, God, I can't wait till this starts. Because we got a setup there. But, yeah, Sermon could be the guy, though. I got to agree with you. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm also looking at Jawan Jennings. I think he was going to make a difference, too.
I know. These guys are sparkling early. Okay, I hope so. He lost weight. He's gotten faster, apparently. We're going to find out.
Yeah, I still do think we need a veteran receiver, though. I think we need a veteran in there.
Well, although he's not probably going to play, I don't even know if he's going to make the team, but you got Mohamed Sanu.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. I know. I know. I'm with you on that. I don't. Sanu doesn't make me crazy. I think his time is pretty much over in the NFL, but he's out there to give pointers and some of the things that the youngsters don't know about. Because remember, Eman Sanders, what he did to both Debo and even Kendrick Bourne that year, he turned him into sensations overnight. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think the veteran receiver is key right now.
There's guys coming out probably after June 1st. We're going to see. Do you think we're going to get Julio Jones?
I would say it's like 25% right now. I don't think it's just what would we give up? Like,
and how much do we have to pay him? Julio has $60 million left on his contract.
Oh, Jesus.
He's 32. Nah, he's not coming. I just don't see it. And he's a great player. He's not so old he can't play now. But the ramifications of bringing Julio onto this roster, they're cataclysmic. Okay, you know what? We'll see.
But honestly, I can't see another team that can also get him. You know, like what team out there can actually pull off Julio?
So he's going to end up going somewhere for next to nothing, because they're going to have to. They need money, and they can't just cut him, because that doesn't help their dead cap situation. Eric, you know what? We got to stay tuned on this. I'm gonna see you tomorrow if you get a chance on this holiday Monday. So,
all right, Ronbo. I'll see you tomorrow.
Great talking to you. See you later.
Later, Ronbo.
All right, fam. Fam, you know what? When you look at the Julio situation, man, that's really hard to figure, ain't it? The Falcons cannot just keep him. They can't just cut him. Nobody's going to cut Julio Jones. Jerry Jones was sitting out in the parking lot at Atlanta. Julio, I guess I don't have to introduce myself. I told you, man, I ain't playing for no Cowboys, Jerry. Who we got on the phone? Hey, Tom. Is that Tommy Huxley? Tommy.
Yo.
Tommy.
What's good?
Tommy, you got to do a blues. You got to put up, write a track for Julio. Dun, 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 boom. I ain't playing in no Texas. Dun, dun. Because my name is Julio. Dun, dun, boom, dun, dun. I don't want to play where there ain't no place for me to stay. I want to go to the West where I know it's best. But, Tommy, I don't know if we can have Julio. Because Julio, the more I think about it, if you weigh all the pros and cons, I don't know if the cons don't outweigh the pros. You know what I mean? When I think about it carefully and seriously, man, I don't know. What are you thinking?
I think we're just playing defense because we don't want it to go to anyone in the NFC West. Because I don't know if you read on Twitter that there's already an offer on the table by the Seahawks to get him for a first. But where are they getting the money from? I mean, not the money. Well, the money. Yeah.
I was gonna say I can't wait to go see it. I can't wait to go see it. When we get there, I'm gonna go right over there to see what you're talking about. Oh, God.
I mean, they don't have a first-round pick till what, 2023?
Well, put it this way: there'll probably be a new administration in the White House. You know what? This doesn't make any sense. The Falcons aren't stupid. They need something back in return.
No, exactly.
You know what? Why would they Why would they entertain those offers?
Well, maybe they want a 2023 first. That doesn't make any sense, though. I think it's just clickbait.
The media, Tommy, if we've learned anything over this past offseason, the media has no idea of what's going on. Their job is to keep something concrete going on that's going to get attention. But it doesn't necessarily have to be true. Mm-hmm. You know, they're just making things up. Yeah. So.
Okay.
They're like Don Burr. We're going to wreck Jimmy G. Don Burr's making things up, too.
That guy's a straight-up clown. He goes to every Niners chat, and he says the same shit over and over. Detroit versus every damn body, and he spells damn wrong.
He's right, though.
These toilet Lions are not a good team. Okay, maybe they have a good offensive line. I don't know any of the players because who follows the Lions? Nobody. So, I mean, how are they going to stop the run? They don't have a defense. Their defense was dead last 2020. I'm talking number 32.
Yeah, hey Tommy, can you see Jimmy G and both Jimmy and Trey sitting on the bench talking and laughing, and you got Juice out there just handing the ball off and blocking. Listen, the 49ers have resorted to the biggest insults you could ever insult the team by. They don't have a quarterback on the field. It looks like Juice and Kittle are sharing the load, and they're laughing as they're running down the field 10, 15-yard clips at a time.
Okay, this is going to be – the Lions game is going to be close the first half just because that's how everybody's rusty. But then the young teams are going to – they don't finish – you know how young teams don't finish games?
Yeah.
So they're going to get tired, and then – it's just going to turn into a blowout.
Well, they got Jared Goff, remember?
We're going to demoralize them.
Hey,
we're going to run the ball like 300 yards, and they're going to be so tired. And
You'll see Trey in game one because by the time the end of the second half, you'll see, or end of the second quarter, you'll see Kyle already motioning toward Jimmy. Let me give Trey a little burn, okay? Go ahead, have a seat. Hey, good job. And then Trey goes out there and he smokes them. This is the kind of thing where when you have this assembly of talent on the field that we have, I want to pull my first stringers as early as possible. No injuries versus Detroit.
Exactly.
Please. That's a waste of time.
Please, not the freaking the Patriots game when they put Debo in when he should have never been playing another snap.
Yeah.
Oh God.
See, Kyle's got to learn that the game's over. It's over, Kyle. Take the starters out.
Exactly.
Remember Tampa Bay? I remember the first quarter. Tommy, how did we do last year? 2019. Okay, you forgot about 2020 already. Bad. How did we start that game out against Tampa Bay? Were we behind at any point? Or did we overwhelm them with defense right from the beginning of the game?
I think it was super sloppy. It was sloppy. Like, the offense was really not good.
That's true. I remember Nick missed a tackle because that's his first game, and Jameis sidestepped him. I remember that play.
Huh. But I knew we had a pick six from Sherman. Wasn't that the next? And then what's his name had a pick stick? Akello Witherspoon. Oh God, we got to talk about
Spoon.
We got to talk about Spoon real quick.
That's right. That game was pretty much under control after the first half. There was never any pressure on the 49ers. It was another one. It was
no. That pick six was E-Man. Wasn't that Emmanuel Sanders? No, maybe I'm wrong.
Forgot.
I don't know who. Maybe.
But remember, we didn't allow.
We didn't talk about Spoon.
Yeah, they scored 17 points, and we had 3 games in a row where we allowed the team 17 points. We kept teams under 20. They were the first team. Wasn't that Detroit? Did we play Detroit second game?
No, we didn't play Detroit in
2019.
No.
Who was the second team?
Oh, you mean the preseason?
No.
The Bengals.
Bengals, right. Bengals. Yeah, Bengals got 17. Garbage time. Third game we came back.
Rudy's in the chat.
All right, Rudy, get your losing
What's
round
good,
button
Rudy?
in here. Hey, and also I think we got challenged against the Steelers back home though, and we had to come from behind to win that game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they had 5 turnovers and they still couldn't win.
Yeah.
We need to talk about Spoon. I mean, what is he? I think he's mentally ill.
I don't know what's going on with Spoon.
Who would say something like that? You're not even the best. You weren't the best corner
in San Francisco. So
in your own house.
Yeah, I don't understand. What made him say that. Spoon's a good guy.
Maybe he's trying to pump himself up.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be
He's trying to pump himself up.
Because I like Spoon. He's a nice guy.
I do, but Kyle's gonna feast on him. They're gonna pick on him so bad.
Oh God, Tommy! I'd forgotten all about that. We're going after Spoon immediately because we know what his weaknesses are, and he's got plenty of them.
Shout out to Rudy. Rudy just shouted me out. Hey, Rudy. Good games with the Dodgers today. I mean, I guess the Dodgers are legit, but we won. Sorry, you lost. But it's going to be a battle all season.
And the Giants lose to the Dodgers again. How many games did the Giants lose to the Dodgers?
No. We won three in a row. We won the series.
You know, the Dodgers the week before, and I guess you're going back and forth in each other's park to embarrass each other. That's hilarious. Hey, I think the Lakers, I'm not sure what happened to the Lakers, but I know they lost yesterday. So that series is, what is that series? I'm not watching the NBA. Tommy, you know what? This baseball just bores me. I used to be a Dodger fan too. Baseball just bores me because, once you become a serious football fan, it's hard to watch baseball. The NBA, I got tired of the lying, the setups, the phantom calls. You could tell that the NBA was running who they wanted to win for marketing purposes, and because the NBA is serious about they want it to be the level playing field that a championship can be won in any city of America. You know what?
Oh God.
No.
Oh, and the new overtime rules for baseball, if it goes in extra innings, a base runner goes on second.
I know. I read that. I didn't.
Weird.
Yeah. No. It's baseball had to do something because they're having trouble surviving and competing against basketball and football. No more. You know what? Batters just stand in the batting box and he's pulling up on his sleeves, tapping his shoes, spitting in his hands. He's stepping on the box. He's calling time unnecessarily, and he's standing back there for a few minutes. And pretty soon the umpire and the fans are both. And the game takes like 4 hours. It's 9 innings of baseball. If you guys would stop assing around and just play. You really have to be a purist to just sit and enjoy baseball for 9 innings.
Well, because I used to play baseball, so
we all did
in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I couldn't play football. I'm not big enough. I'm not fast enough.
Mm.
But football, I love football. But since there's no football to watch, I'm watching baseball, and the Giants are pretty damn good this season.
Yeah, no,
but don't take away from LA. I don't like the Dodgers, but they're a great team. They got great pitching.
They're stacked,
and they hit like bastards.
Yes. I mean, they finally built Dodgers. They spent a fortune on that team, and they're just now getting dividends on back. Actually, the Houston, the Astros. The Dodgers got cheated.
Oh, the assholes? Oh, they even talk about them.
The Dodgers should have 2 trophies. The Astros were, man, that was just evil. And they haven't even apologized about that. So, Anyway.
Yeah.
I tell you what, fam, we're going to go. Hey, let me, Tommy, to give our best to our favorite wife.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll be back tomorrow. You guys do anything for this holiday weekend?
I don't think so. I mean, just chilling, I guess.
All right. Well, let's kick back and eat and do all those things. And I'll tell you what, I'll see you all tomorrow. All right. Great night, Tommy. And,
all right.
And stay on top.
Have a good one.
And I love the way you work that chat. Stay on top of them people, Tommy. Doing a great job.
Yep. Niners all day and F them haters. Out.
There he goes. Tommy, Huxley, have a good night, fam. Oh, God. There you go, fam. Check out Tommy Huxley. Go to Facebook and follow him. And check him out. You won't believe what you see. Tommy can play that guitar. I'm telling you. And Aunt Maria said something about that a while back. I finally got around to doing that about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Whoa! She wasn't kidding. This dude can play. Fam, enjoy this weekend. I'll see you tomorrow evening. Because it's Niners all day. I don't care what day it is. And we'll get together to talk some 49 football. Fam, thanks for the contributions tonight. And fam, always... thank you for those likes, too. I love it all. See you tomorrow.